and welcome to another edition of PlayStation Fight Nights. And tonight, we have Dragon Ball FighterZ, one of the greatest fighting games to ever exist, to be quite honest with you. This game brought in a plethora of new people to the community. We saw Titans face off years ago, and we still see Titans face off today. I am Ringe. We are with Jake Ryan. How you doing, fam?
I'm doing good. Talking about Titans, there are so many heavy hitters that have been in the Dragon Ball scene since the inception of the game, and as the torch has been passed, you know, many champions have stayed strong, and we're seeing a lot of those players from the Mexico region here for our North America tournament show up strong. And these are names that I remember seeing in season 1, and we are in season fun, I would say now, because these players are still battling it out, and you know, PlayStation giving us the opportunity to put these players in this bracket here at Fight Nights for Dragon Ball FighterZ and many other games. Absolutely love to see it, especially with how popular and the longevity that Dragon Ball has had. So it is a blessing and a half to be here, I'll tell you what.
Yes, most definitely. You can see even ticking at the bottom of the screen right now all the great fight nights that are going to be coming up, Tekken 7 and Fortnite and the like. So definitely be peeping it out. Keep it your eye on. But today, as you mentioned, we are at the Dragon Ball FighterZ. So you already know how it goes here. We got the format for you lined up. We're going to have the top 8 going at it, battling it out to try to achieve glory right here. The open qualifiers, of course, have been narrowed down, and that was going to be double elimination, best of 3, with all the finals sets taking place in a best of 5.
The typical tournament format that you'd see, Dragon Ball getting to that 3 out of 5 at the end of the bracket is always a sight to see. And you know, when we get to the end of the bracket, there are actually some prizes for these players. They're not here to play for just pride. They're here to play for even more on the line. First place is going to be taking $200, with second a nice juicy $150. Third place gets a Benjamin, and fourth place $50 in the pot. So not only do you want to win to push yourself forward and show that you're one of the strongest Dragon Ball players online, you want to get that money. You want to get that cash, because that is what you can do at compete.playstation.com at Fight Nights. So if you're good at Dragon Ball and you think you can stand up against the rest of this competition, that is what you're fighting for. And there's a hell of a fight that we're about to see tonight.
Most definitely. Let's take a look at the people that are going to be fighting, because I know I haven't lost, y'all. We got 8 people, and only the top 4 are getting paid out, so we need dubs here. And Hakaishin and Boyka already looking good. Boyka, I always get that. I always have to say Boyka. I don't know what it is about it. But we got legendary Jago, as well as Danny, Juniper, and Emisupers in the building as well. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to seeing who gets paid out today.
Yeah, and in our previous Fight Nights, we actually saw Hakaishin, Boyka, and Danny all show up at the tournament, going pretty far in the bracket. Obviously, in our previous tournament for Fight Nights, we had Hikari become the champion of the tournament for that run, staying in winners the entire time, and having Mexico duke it out for the right to fight New York. And yeah, again, it's fantastic to see these players showing up once again, and new faces. That's the thing about Dragon Ball. We talked about everyone showing up from all different parts of the world, all different types of games, and that is still true to this day. And North America is a vast region to see all these players play, so it's going to be exciting to get through it. We do have 2 buys here, so, you know, 1 game away from being in the money there. And, you know, money's on the line, pride's on the line, and I don't know. Maybe I need some Dragon Balls to wish for one of those buys. I don't know. I would. That's a dub. That's a dub for me. All right. You're already looking good in top 8. I got that at first attack this year. So I mean, hey, I know what it feels like. It's a good spot to be in, Hakaishin.
Veteran of the top 8 realm, Jake Ryan. Not only just fancy on the mic, but fancy on the buttons as well. So be on the lookout for whatever Jake Ryan's up to, not only as a commentator, but as a player. But I know our next match is getting ready to be up. It's going to be waiting in the wings right now. I'm really looking forward to, I don't think this is going to be our first match, but I want to see legendary Jago, because he has the legendary in his name, right? We've seen the legendary clan do work in this game. Of course, Pred, always one of the upper echelon players in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, as you said, legendary Pred, he just recently won first attack, and there was a joke that was going on because he forgot his controller. He forgot the tools. It was like if Ginyu showed up and he had Goku's body. He didn't know how to use the power available to him. And right before he had to fight me in bracket, someone in the crowd goes up to the kill stage and says, "Hey, can I get a picture? Also, I heard you need an Astro." And they hand him the controller that he needed. And then he comes up to me and I pop off for him and then look back into my hands and realize what just happened. And then he proceeded to win the whole tournament. So yes, the legendary namesake is important. And the players format to PS4 to DS4 are going to have an edge here. Because, I mean, that is, when you think about it, talking about controllers, you know, a lot of people play on pad. It is the optimal controller other than, I would say, Hitbox. But yeah, I mean, love to see it. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the legendary Jago match. I believe that we're going to have the Juniper match coming up first because there was a buy on the Hakaishin side. And not knowing either of these players, we saw a lot of character diversity in the last tournament because Mexico loves to play those weird picks. They like Super Baby 2. They like Ginyu. There was a Kefla thrown in there. So we're going to get into it right now. And hey, we already got a cell. That was another topic of discussion from before. And this feels like I don't know, it feels like subatomic sabers with extra steps. That's a throwback right there. Throwing adult Gohan in there instead of a Gotenks from Mexico City. Mexico still showing up strong in the entirety of this bracket.
Definitely, you know, you talked about, you recognize some of the names are from season 1, and we saw Cell and Adult Gohan mainstays of season 1, right? And Vegito obviously came along a little bit later and has always been in the top tier meta since his debut. So definitely, I'm looking up for a little blend of some veteran experience. I'm expecting him to know Cell and Adult Gohan, though they've changed over the seasons to know them extremely well. And then Vegito has just always been a menace, whether it be neutral or as an assist.
Oh yeah, that A assist, one of the best. And we're talking about character diversity, characters we don't see often. Giganton, he is playing Jiren, Janemba, and Brawly. Now here's the thing about Super Brawly. Again, another Mexico representative. Super Brawly has I would say, a similar assist to GTA. In his beam assist. It catches at the same angle and it pulls you down. It also has beam property, which is incredibly hard to deal with. The character does have frame data that is left to be desired. And this team can have a hard time mixing, but it is command grab central. All three of those characters are going to scoop you.
Bro, I don't think I've ever seen a more intimidating team card that we've had on Fight Nights. Like seeing Jira, Janemba, and Super Broly just a mean mug like that's gonna be striking fear into anybody's heart.
It's definitely the posse. Like, you know, oh man, that is. I feel like that's when you pull up to the ring and you're like, I have to fight these guys. And you just hear Eddie Guerrero's theme. Like, we lie, we cheat, we steal. And you have the three. Like, why is Jiren crossed up like that in the front? With his two,
exactly.
Like, if you get through me, like, these are my bodyguards. It's like when Jason Momoa walks up and he's got the two bodyguards in the back, but he's bigger than them.
He's got the gamer pose going down. He knows he's the leader. You got to get through him before dealing with Super Broly or Janemba. Definitely sounds like we are anticipating the match. Going to be getting into it very quickly. And yeah, I want to see if Juniper's going to be ready for this. Gigaton going to be coming to play with some funky stuff, I'm sure. Given the team composition, it's going to be up to you to kind of weather that storm.
Exactly. And I mean, this is our first fight of the night here at Sony Fight Nights for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Adult Gohan point, not something that we typically see anymore because you want to have him as much meter as possible, act to switch in and get the levels, versus Jiren on point, otherwise known as El Hermano.
Yes, El Hermano. Going to be looking to do some work, put people in graves nice and early. But yeah, you're already having to block Adult Gohan. That could be dangerous, but a will-timed reflect. What's the matter with that?
Yeah, and very interesting here, actually rocking the Super Broly C assist, so get the beam, full combo potential. And with how much damage Super Broly can already do, that's intimidating, but getting the first pick up, Juniper feeling good, but no, you're not able to get that connection. Delayed a little bit too late. This is a big combo extension.
Yeah, so unfortunate. I love the delay from Juniper right there as well, kind of frame trapped Gigaton, because obviously Gigaton was looking to mash after the reflect, right, trying to change up the defense. What a confirm off the assist, you already know.
Absolutely love it. Banshee Blast gives you so much time, and now the level 3, not going to get the best Oki here. Only has, you know, half of a bar, so if you're in the corner, you can rolling crush, but overhead into the low, but the challenge doesn't connect. A little too far, spacing not great. Oh my god.
He had to let the fingernails grow, fam. The crouch L not gonna reach. But yeah, you know who doesn't have range problems? Janemba. He literally can teleport his limbs right there, catches him on the up tech. I mean, this should be a dead cell. You thought you were perfect.
Yeah, no more. I mean, when you think about villains, Cell's one of my favorite anime villains, but Janemba definitely one of the top movie villains. And that sword is slicing him up, all right? Canonically correct defeat, because Jiren cleaning it up makes sense too. Clap him up. But Adult Gohan, not able to get anything done here. Emisupers has gotten really good air-to-air positions, and these pickups with the Janemba A have been excellent so far.
Yeah, most definitely. Emi has been super clean. Just as I say that, though, of course, the commentator even thinking can curse the opponent. Setting up with the assist. Oh, the Dragon Rush doesn't get punished, just barely. To the ground. Oh, and we confirm again the Ki Blast into the Vegito. We talked about that at the very beginning, right? Whether the carry is on point, whether it's an assist, it is constantly something you got to deal with. Now we set up shop. Oh my goodness. Trying to think about his boot.
That was, I want to say that it was a stroke of genius, but I think it might have been an input error.
Yeah,
that was,
I think so.
IAD H is normally what you would go for there, and my man went for IAD Vanish. He got the bar, and now Emisupers, because of that mistake from Juniper, down the corner, take the shirt off. Hot boy summer.
Big facts. It's coming to an end. He has to cover up as the weather gets colder, but he's letting it rock while he can. Putting Vegito in the grave, and we got one more to go.
And, I like how Emisupers deliberately ended that combo with the 2H. Knew it was already dead, but watching your enemy fall a little bit longer, it's the mental damage, and the damage has been done with the pickup right there. Janemba A after the dive. This is going to be so much damage. Do you kill here if you spark, potentially?
Just goes into level 1. Yeah, I was going to say, you got any type of follow-ups. Didn't even really come close to killing with just the level 1. I was gonna say, waiting for a moment, just ends up sparking defensively, throwing some beams out, holding the spark, tries to put a boot to him. Juniper knows it's a long chance, and the DP was that Hail Mary. Gets picked off in the end zone, and that's 1-0 for Emisupers.
Sometimes you just gotta let it rip, and I want to point out something that I noticed from Emisupers the entire time, and Juniper is gonna have to be on the lookout for this now. Is in the entirety of the first game, how many command grabs did you see, Ringe?
I saw a settle.
That's terrifying with how many that are available on that team. If I am Juniper right now, I am trying to go north because I'm gonna get scooped. I don't want to go to Baskin Robbins.
So
I do not want ice cream.
That's what your read's gonna be like. Okay, they didn't command grab me once in the first game. It's gotta be coming here in the second.
100%.
100%. We're gonna look out. That is usually how it goes. It's scary that'll be in that position in the first place. Whoa. Saw the full screen tag. Doesn't try to stick his hand in the blender, but right now finds a hit anyway.
I love these extensions now too with the beam that you can do. It's like from the loops to the beam, super dash cancels instead. Cell has interesting routes. You can do that's like a lot of flavor text is how I describe it. And that was a mix-up and a half. This character has been able to do that since season 1, but it's just gotten better and better and better with more layers that he has. And you are dead on this Janemba.
Yeah. That was incredible timing, right? Because obviously you can get the crossover from that position as well, but that was a really late air dash staying in front. I mean, I wouldn't have expected him to still be in the air, so that was nasty.
Oh, yeah. The ambiguity behind Cell it's kind of perfect. I'm not gonna lie. The perfect mix-up machine. Oh, my God.
My man's put all the feet on him right there. The Gohan and the Vegito. Trying to fish for an air here. We saw Emisupers get that with Jiren last time. It really was started. Oh, a lot of their momentum there, right? They're trying to press buttons on that. 2L starters, overdue.
Nah, if you don't first succeed, try again. EX kicks, one of the strongest tools in the game for a reason. My man said, spend a bar to win neutral, sign me up.
Ever since they've become half meter instead of full meter for the EX moves, I just see the Vegetos, brother. Canning everywhere. But we got an EX back from Jiren.
Nice. This knockdown is going to be huge. Doesn't opt to spend any of the meter. This has actually been a surprising part of Emisupers' game plan. Not opting to level 3 in a lot of times, but it does pay out against Juniper, getting the IAD buttons, the one true mix on the Juniper's dome.
Pretty no command grabs, bro.
I know. I don't know why. All right, I'm sorry.
We'll see.
Mentally guard broken.
I think they're saving it for the end of this game, or if they need a big hit, but instead waking up with a 2L. Very confident, and wow, frames. So I'll tell you what, they're just a thing to manipulate.
Wow, that was actually the day one tech right there. 2M in the air into the assist call. I haven't seen that in years. And it worked out because Emisupers is like, you hit me with what?
Okay, Vanish to avoid the guard cancel.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, definitely a dangerous spot. Could almost definitely got a mix, but instead just runs into the fist. Got a little bit too close. Now trying to wash this man.
Opting to level 3. Doesn't have the extra bar here to go for the mix-up. You can get a safe jump here if you have the super jump to get in. Let's see. Could have reflected there, but didn't. Oh my god. And he's safe. Oh, what?
Just there it is. There we go. Needed an open up. Finally catches Vegito on the ground.
Combo's so violent. He tried to go for the air command grab again there. See if Juniper was going to move forward. And the bounce back on the cell B is just enough to get picked up into the legs. Not going to kill here, but it's close.
Straight linebacker, defensive player of the year.
Please spark.
Emisupers not doing it yet. They've been looking for a lot of air hits. Trying to bait into it. Nice job not flinching. Feeling strong right now, not risking a reflect either. Just oh my goodness, and it reads the backdash, chase down. That's true villain status right there. Now we're gonna deal with perfect spell.
That was reached and grabbed the collar with the 2L. That was terrifying. Now trying to fish for a 2H in the air. Very good pickup into the toss.
That was clean.
Level 3? Yes. Next touch will kill. Sparking is available though. What spark bait does Emisupers have available? That's what we need to look for.
Limit break, shirt off, sparking. Waits on it. Oh, and then just comes back. Very even so far. Tries the 2S. Can't take it down, but finds the hit anyway.
Huge damage with the extension. Going to be building a lot of bar here. Even with the meter penalty. It's going to be so close. Do you build it? No!
Oh, doesn't get the one bar. Juniper gets another chance at live here. Vanish on Vanish to keep the advantage. And they had sparking. They could have held it to make sure that didn't happen. But in the heat of the moment, it's just so tough to remember all that.
Yeah, too much mental stack to deal with. An Emisupers clutching it out at the very end, and it all started with that EX command grab. Held it in the tank long enough where Juniper wasn't expecting it. He's like, wow, does he know that he has 214H? I don't think so. Pulls it out at the right time. Wow, he really did have that. But Juniper still put up a great fight, especially in that second game, bringing Emisupers to the brink. Just a couple of decisions that were a little bit poor. And at the end, the meter acknowledgement, you have to be paying attention to the bars at all times because that was a checkmate situation if you guard cancel Banish with how much health you had, if your opponent has one bar, and that's exactly what we saw because he built that one bar at the end of the combo. So very unfortunate situation for Juniper, but that is how the cookie crumbles in our first game. And that means that our bracket has developed even further. And, you know, I loved watching that. Emisupers.
I really love the conditioning of the when to use the command grab, especially in a game like Dragon Ball, where if you don't already command a lot of respect, then people are going to be pretty antsy on defense, right? They're going to be willing to reflect or challenge. You really got to condition them to sit there and block. That's why we didn't see a command grab till, I mean, the last character of the second game for Emi. So that was, I mean, perfect conditioning to make sure that's what's going to turn the tide, right? You would, in that lead position, feel very safe just kind of blocking everything out, but you can't do that against Super Broly.
You're not allowed to. My man wants to keep you in a false sense of security. I could block all these guys mix-ups. It's exactly where I want you and exactly what we saw. So good stuff to Emisupers or Gigaton moving on. So I love it when you have the names in game and it's like everybody can like change it up and have fun stuff on there. So Emisupers, Gigaton on the bracket side, and in the rest of our bracket that we have developing, I believe our next match is going to be DM Danny versus the legendary, your player to watch, Jago.
Legendary Jago of the legendary clan. We've seen them do a lot of work in the Dragon Ball Fighters scene. So I'm looking for him to follow in Pred's footsteps, right? Pred is like the Hokage of everything going down here. So I want to see if you can be one to be on the lookout for that clan. But definitely always looking forward to any and all Dragon Ball Fighters, right? A lot of these players have developed the meta and just their team so far now. So everybody has nasty mix-ups. Everybody's neutral is so much more solid than it used to be. It's really good.
Yeah, the the composure that everybody has for their game plan is amazing. And we're going to get into these next players we have right now. Looking at the player cards, and there's a familiar face, Sight for Sore Eyes right there, with Miss Beautiful herself in the form of Labcoat 21. And, you know, another very Season 1-y Shell is how I would describe it. Cell and Gotenks on the side of Danny. Been playing the Cell and Gotenks for as long as I can remember. Another representative from Mexico. And we're going to see the other side of the coin, the legendary clan. Oh, my God. What a team.
We got hair boys out here, pink and blue. You already know what it do. Slick Rick on the name as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this legendary Jago fella. Goku Black, Gogeta, and Vegito. If he's got a nasty Goku Black on point, it's gonna be a loud broadcast. I'll tell you that much.
Also, my man's name in YouTube is Power of the Flames. That is fire.
All good names.
Dude, I need everybody to look on stream. I don't have if I can get the webcam shot, I don't have a favorite, but like I kind of have a favorite. I'm holding my Gogeta, Gogeta blue figurine. I'll pull him out later. If Jago earns it, if he earns it, there we go. See, he's right here. This is my guy right here. His arms don't move, and his head comes off because he's always ahead.
You know what's funny is that the one Dragon Ball figure I have is of a character that's not in the game. I actually have Majin Vegeta. So,
that was like my number one pick. That was my number one pick. And we're going to see now who moves on closer to that number one spot here. Danny versus legendary Jago, Goku Black, and 4 more Saiyans. So he's just got a battle with his own team. He just isn't sure how he ended up in this situation. And then
like, I guess if you counted like Zamasu is the true fusion, I guess it's not Goku Black. I was gonna say triple fusion, but no.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you know
how mad you would make the community if you said, yeah, Goku Black is a fusion. You're playing. If you told a Goku Black player that they were playing triple fusion,
playing triple fusion, bro. What are you complaining about? Seems top tier. That's what I hear on the street. Oh man.
Oh, that's actually the funniest thing I think we've said in a long time. Oh, you're playing triple fusion? Oh man, going into it, Cell Yell.
Posey plays Goku Black, right?
Yeah, he does. He's a fusion player.
Yeah.
Exactly. I gotta tell him. Love Posey. Posey, the fusion player. And UI Goku, this is not what we were expecting. Another favorite from the side of Danny, I believe.
Let's go. I want to see it. Oh, shit.
Oh, no, it's Jago. Oh, my God.
Jago out here. Is that regular Goku in the middle? That Super Saiyan Goku? Oh, my goodness. What is he got cooking up here?
I need to get my...
He canceled that to us from Cell. Get that out of here.
I need to get my cereal box that says, I can't believe it's not Goku's. Oops, all Goku's.
Oh,
this is a team. This is the 8-year-old picked his team. And he's like, I love Goku. But you know, you can make it work. And right now, legendary Jago of the legendary clan. What a confirm.
Yeah, that was a cool little pick up. Definitely haven't seen that version of the combo, but yeah, you just don't see this team. Oh, even a little setup right there as well. Okay. Oh, the most electrifying move in Dragon Ball Entertainment.
The people's elbow comes down once again. Should be able to kill your legendary Jago. Going to be sustaining the first death. And, you know, using that CSS gives a little bit more meter, a little bit more extension, makes it easier. And Lab Coat now on point. No spark for the side of Danny, but won the point war. But guess what? Your reward is another Goku.
You got to go through this 3 times, my man. You were 3 minutes? Nah, 3 Gokus. You don't want to be trapped in a cage with that.
Like in other games when you can pick 1 character, 2 character, or 3. What if I pick 3 Gokus? That's just 1 Goku.
Exactly. Should be 2 more characters on the squad. Oh, try to get some of the tech down, but Mithra in the air anyway.
I love this extension right here. MM. Yep. Oh, no. Didn't even go for the hard part of the extension, but it doesn't matter. Not going to be able to kill here with the Dragon Rush. It's so close.
Jeez. And Goku Black Super level 1 into level 1. Oh. What's on a Magic Pixel tries to take that with a Super Dash, just finds the spinning blades.
You know, I was waiting for Danny to show us the spin, because when he got air-to-aired by Goku, I was like, wow, I think that would have been spin. And then it finally came out. That's terrible. No, he's too small.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's been a Gotenks privilege since season 1 as well. Great reactions, though, from Jago. He's had good reactions all day.
Oh, yeah. Love the tech right there. Love the super dash decisions he's been making, too. I want to see him maybe potentially challenge it. Never mind. I literally wanted him to challenge the super dash, but he got punished frame 1. Wait, how did he sneak under? What?
Oh, yeah. You know how Gotenks gets down, bro. On the other side, catches him low. Jago, ankle's broken in the process. Does have the sparking. He didn't make anything happen.
Did he Beyblade through the beam? I thought, I don't know, but he was hidden behind the beam, but it does not matter. Legendary Jago doing his best Axe impersonation, trying to solo carry with this Goku Black right now. Oh, cheeky little reset.
Using the teleport. Oh, okay. The funky block strings as well. Sees the 2H come out and then punishes it with a super dash again. The reactions have been really on point.
And gonna be able to only kill with 1 bar here. It's gonna be close. Is your greed gonna pay off? Yes, it will. He's in the lead. He's actually in the lead right now. Because if he hits him once, he kills. He's in the lead.
Oh, just 5H in the start as well.
He's dead.
My goodness.
I told you.
That was like, I mean, Bleach came back. That was some Getsu Potential stuff right there. Like, legitimately.
If you want to see some action, what? Slice. God Slicer. Witness the power of a god. Oh my god, she's privileged.
Get that out of here. He's going to be able to tank this with the sparking and the amount of health he has, but still, it's going to put 21 in the driver's seat. Never a spot you want to be in.
I'm looking for an empty vanish on the sign there's a gap. No, just goes for the guard cancel vanish. You can't vanish on her spin.
Nope. Shut down. Too many active frames. She's going to catch you on the other side.
Still alive. Barely.
Yeah, he's going to spin a level 3. You can see the sparking runs out as well, so no chance of healing any of this life back.
There you go. One opportunity to try to escape. You have to look out for the command grab. No, goes for the vanish. You can't jump up. The spin was imminent. And the command grab connects me at the 1 bar, actually. And that's going to be enough to kill Legendary Jago with the 1v3 comeback. I said it was even. And just like that, Legendary Jago wins that game over Danny with the... Why did he command? You're not going to command grab there. I look at you and you die. And he did it anyways. Legendary Jago. He has that Goku energy. Man, I'm built like Goku.
That is too funny, man. Yeah, I mean, UI has a grab as well, right? So there's these characters that are on his team, but you just don't think of them as primary options a lot of the time. And they had gone through so much in that game that, I mean, I had forgotten about the command grab as well. That was great timing.
Sorry, I just had an incredible feeling of joy when I looked at Legendary Jago press both of his assists, and I realized that he's running a triple beam assist team.
Oh man!
I saw a pink beam go out and then a blue beam go out, and I'm like, he's my favorite player ever, because that's what I did season 1. It was so fun, and right now having the time of his life, Legendary Jago. Oh, this is good. I love Dragon Ball.
And it caught Danny slipping a little bit. I think Danny was scared of the command grabs, bro. He's like worried about Dragon Rush. He's worried about getting thrown after the end of that last game.
Did you see how the 2H cleared the C assist call from Danny? He barely slid over it. Still got picked up at the end and died, but UI Goku was living up to his name.
And then finish it off. Let's go.
And this is the situation we saw last game.
Exactly, spin the sparking, got the point character. I mean, it was Goku Black instead. Oh, no, excuse me. Goku Black was the one that made the comeback, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, UI died just like last time.
Oh my God.
Tapped on the forehead, and Danny looking upset the way they're playing here in game 2. I'll tell you that much. And looking for hyper aggression and no games being played, all business.
Yeah, completely agree right there. It's like something clicked after losing that first game. And I mean, that can happen from time to time in a 3v1 comeback because you knew you were in the position of power to close out the game and your opponent found a crack when they shouldn't have been able to.
But this is the character that got everything done last time, right? So I want to see if Jago can repeat this performance. EX on the other side, trying to chase her down, even staggering the mix-ups. trying to bait out a reflect, trying to do something, but can't quite punish. No 2H that time, but of course the spin gonna put a stop to everything.
Yeah, and again, the spin to win. We saw that before when Danny started challenging out and stopping Jago. It all started at the spin, and that's what we're seeing now. Spark is there, but you're the one on defense this time. You haven't gotten the initiative started. Oh my god. No, not able to confirm. Oh, and you actually beat the spin, excuse me? And the super dash connects? He's got plot armor, bro.
Wait a minute, bro. Legendary Jago, the clan, trying to make them proud. House Legendary.
Oh, Run Under was so smart. Knew that it wasn't going to jail all the way to the ground and got that pickup. Excellent.
Like you said, Danny been playing for a long time. There was a veteran at Dragon Ball move right there. Hyper aware. We didn't want to test it because the ghost was still staying there, but does test the reactions of the 2H, and Danny passing with flying colors.
Yep. I can't end there, though. You have to get close enough to the ground or level 3 and just... Ooh, we call that the Kami 99. That is a Canada classic right there.
That's nasty. The level 3. Gonna be hurting Go tanks, but still gonna have a chance for the character to live if he can get out of the situation.
Yep, goes for the guard cancel vanish. Knew that the extra bar wasn't there on the other side, but now Danny 3 touches away. So scary. And the thing about Goku Black is he can never mind. I'm sorry, I won't say another word.
We'll leave the theory crafting to another game as Danny shuts down all options. The EX perfect attack, great response after blocking an air super dash. Not really much Goku Black could do to counter it at that point.
Yeah, so the point I wanted to make is Goku Black actually has become one of the best zoners in the game, but not when you full screen super dash. And against Cell, who has
zoning.
No, that's that is actually, you know what? If I don't know, in Bizarro world, that's like chaotic zoning when you go you're clearing the zone is what happens.
That's like when zoners go to therapy and the therapist's like, have you ever tried going in? That's just another form of zoning. And they're like, what? No.
The lines connect and they're like, I gotta give that a shot. And now we have Dalsim. Street Fighter 5. Dawson went to therapy and he said, this is zoning.
They put up the Rorschach test and Dawson was like, okay, I get it now. I can teleport forward. I see.
I think we figured out how the devs wrote it down on paper. They're like, what if Dawson was zoning, but in the zone? In the zone. Oh man. But yeah,
I see now.
That was this is a amazing comeback so far from Danny in this second game. Like you said, playing angry. Like you can see it when like somebody goes from their typical game plan to I want you to be crushed.
It's one of my favorite parts about watching fighting games, honestly, is like when you see it always happens with the players that have been playing for a long time, right? Like as you mentioned, Danny, season 1 veteran, they definitely know what they're doing, has had great results in the past. So when players like that kind of come up against up-and-comers that get a big comeback on them, or there's some type of emotional victory in that first game, in the second game, they come out like a different beast. And that's what we saw. So I want to see if Danny can kind of carry that over, if Jago makes some clutch adaptations. They definitely have been looking like no slouch, even despite that game 2 going heavily in Danny's favor.
Yeah. The thing that was hard about that in the beginning for Jago in that pressure sequence is he used both of his beam assist on round start to win neutral, and then he's playing Vegito in the corner.
Yeah, true. Ooh, the Goku Black with the counter right there. That was super smart.
Yeah, he active switched off the Banshee Blast that connected right over the beam. That was actually mad smart. I didn't even think he was going to go for that.
That was definitely a moment I don't see often. The 2H didn't follow it up, though. So disappointing, but it's okay. Finds the hit, gets rid of Go Tanks, and we're picking up right where we left off.
Yeah, drop opportunities, drop them. It's just a situation that the enemy wasn't prepared for.
Thanks.
What? This is a scrambly game. This is some Dragon Ball right here.
How are you supposed to be prepared for what I'm unprepared for? Exactly. Into the raw tag.
Trying to chase down, waiting patiently. I like how the IED came out from Jago and he didn't press a button. Looking for the perfect attack, knowing that Danny represented it before, and then perfectly baited out the super dash. And you're dead the first time Jago's gotten the point win with Spark.
Beautiful from Jago right there. Yeah, exactly. Didn't even have to spin any Spark. 4 bars to his name as well. I mean, it's a dominant position to be in. Danny, of course, with the Lab Coat 21, though. Let's see how much work she can put in.
Yeah, this is This is one of the strongest character in the game, and you can make so much happen against the El Clasico anchor. But the high-low is coming. Yes.
Finger blades. Nice reflect. Oh, and Danny now parked on the ground and ended up trying to respond with something else. Maybe got an execution error on the spin.
Ah, man. And the upward hitbox of the beam actually connects here. Going to be building a good amount of bar, but not going to get up to 2, which was needed. Not even 1 to potentially get the kill on Jago. And that is... You can't see her!
The heels disguised behind the beam. Well done from Danny right there.
Everybody in chat got hit by that.
Yeah, you got to be Daredevil, bro. You got to rely on other senses, not on your side. Oh, right there, though. Another confirm from Jago. Heavily prorated, but it's all right. Going to give him the offense regardless. Oh, it sneaks in the command grab again. Dragon Rush straight into it. Try to put him in some funky mix, but Danny's going to be able to escape, but does not recover in time to contest the jump H properly.
Yeah, potentially he was looking for a backdash because it wasn't a counter hit there, so... I wonder exactly what Danny was trying to do. Oh, again, the run-unders have been so consistent, but now... No! Did you see that little spacing trap he created?
Yeah, and this is a great damaging starter. We've seen Jago keep getting these hits that are just resulting in minuscule damage. Danny, good stuff here. Going to be able to put a level 3 on the table as well, but Jago's sitting in the cut with Sparking. How's he going to use it?
I wonder if he holds it for Goku Black. He has been shown to do it, but when you woke up 2L...
And it's stopped whatever Danny's EX move was.
Are you... What? What?
That was... I don't even know, bro. Level 3 back into Vegito to finish the job. Go Tanks is dead. Like, that wake up 2 out. I mean, that was Galaxy for sure.
He can't even go low on the wake up, so he just committed. He said 2L's gonna beat whatever fake thing he does, and he was right.
Yeah. Milky Way Galaxy in the brain, bro. Oh, and then just getting away from the spin. Can't punish it, of course. Godlike move, but still. Oh my God, gets hit cross up. EX stomp to kill off the Vegito. Danny still has a chance here.
Look, Mom, no hands. One more character to go. Danny just needs to touch. Any touch into Sparking. Any touch into Vanish. Just sparked immediately and got the 6M! And in an unexpected fashion, favorite of the tournament in my book, Danny falls 2-1 to legendary Jago. On I can't believe it's not Goku's. That was insane.
It's not Goku's indeed. Man, yeah, that was super sick, bro. I mean, legendary Jago, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I said he's the player to watch out for. And look at that, take it down, Danny. 1-2, doing the clan proud. You know, Fred's somewhere smiling for no reason.
Fred in the distance just like raises his eyebrow and just slightly smiles, and he's like, but I just lost the game. What happened? I'm playing. I lost all stocks. This is crazy. I didn't get to play. I got perfected. And he's like just smiling, like the worst feeling. But yeah,
it's like you know, like in Elden Ring when you join a clan and like somebody does something and an Estus just appears. Like that's what happens when the legendary clan wins. Fred just gets a boost in the aura.
Another. You will get 50% more runes for the rest of this. And you're like, yeah! Oh, man. This has been a great bracket so far. I mean, we just finished our first 2 matches, and with the 2 buys moving forward, it is... I mean, we have the players in the chat as well, and I absolutely love that. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being here and watching. Like, you guys are amazing. You guys and gals and non-binary pals are the world. And watching Dragon Ball and supporting this and being able to talk about it for you, it's a pleasure. So I'm glad you're enjoying, because I know Ringe and I have been enjoying everything so far.
Yes. Yes, always a privileged experience to get to commentate some Dragon Ball fighters. Definitely love the communication and back and forth with the players. And we are commentators, of course, but I think we are 2 commentators that pride ourselves on being very connected to the scene beyond just commentating it. So we always like to communicate back and forth with the players and try to get their insights as much as possible to bring that forth on the broadcast as well. But yep, our winner semis are set to go. Losers going to be weighing down for some matches as well. But yeah, man, this was a hell of a way to start. The upset from Jago over Danny. Man, it's looking like some good Dragon Ball.
It is, yeah. And again, like I said, I was not expecting Jago to show up and play as good as he did. And, you know, that's what's cool about Dragon Ball, because, yes, there are characters that are clearly in the top, in that if you play them, you're going to have more tools, and they are heavy strengths in the meta. But But if you're playing what you like and you put a lot of time into it, you can play against someone playing those picks and still win because one, they're not going to have as much experience against those characters anymore. And two, what if you're just sick nasty?
Exactly.
What if you're just that guy? Like, it could happen. And that's what we saw right there. Like, I think that Danny underestimated Legendary Jago because I've played against someone that I've underestimated, like he did in that first game when I was against one character. It's like it's kind of like a feeling you can have. That's how I felt.
And that's what was cool about the way that set progressed. And I'm glad it went the way it did in game 3, at least being like relatively close. Like it wasn't just kind of a blowout from one way, is because I like seeing that when the established player gets kind of like, they bleed their own blood and they're like, what? I can't believe that. And then they come back in the second game and they just dominate and they like send a message. But that takes a lot of mental effort. That takes a lot out of you. You know what I mean? So for the response in game 3 from Legendary Jago to be some sick confirms we saw, good adjustments, like, and just some gambits that he was saving for that set deciding moment. I mean, I could do nothing but applaud both players. That was one of the sets I really enjoy seeing.
Yeah, absolutely love it. And like you said, that moment of game 1 to game 2 adaptation, but then adaptation right back from Legendary Jago, it shows that because the other side underestimated Legendary Jago in the beginning, it gave him such an edge because he only had to adjust his gameplay once.
Yeah.
And it's like, I have a much less mental burden to deal with. And I always love seeing that. It's hard being on the under end of that, I'm not gonna lie. Because you're like, no, I'm getting mixed. I am conditioned. My hair is beautiful. And you leave the venue, just go, oh. Yeah. Winners, semifinals. Ooh. That's Hakaishin. And again, I can't, triple fusion team, man.
That's facts, bro.
That's my favorite.
Goku Black and Perfect Zamasu. How'd you get 2 fusions in 2 characters? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like Gogeta Vegeta right there. That's the same equivalence.
Exactly.
I'm gonna draw that equivalence right now. Hakaishin, I love this team. You know what? 17-year-olds know what to pick. All right, they are top tier gamers. So yeah. Hakaishin is definitely a player that is a force to be reckoned with, and they are certified devilish in the chat. And we're gonna see on the other side, Emisupers or Gigaton playing. Oh my God, I can't believe it's not grappling because they only used 1 command grab the entire set, and it worked out. It was perfect. It was a psychic command grab. That's why those are the ones that always hit.
I'm really trying to remember if I've ever come across like a sub 20-year-old that didn't play top tier. I don't know what it is about when you're young, you know
Stealthy.
what to pick. Oh, you're right. Stealthy ruined everything. He's the exception, not the rule.
He chronically picks bad characters.
Chronically, yeah. I was gonna say not even just this game, like just constantly picking.
And then Garlic Bread also picks bad characters.
Oh, okay. Not fair enough. Maybe there's more of them than I think.
Jonathan picks top tiers 100%.
My boy.
All of the time.
Can always count on Jonathan.
That's the boy right there. He read page 1 of the rules.
Yeah.
It's the kid who reads the foreword in the novel.
Oh man.
It's Clifford the Big Red Dog, but you need the foreword, which is the novel.
Like Tede actually skipped so many steps in the fighting game realm. Like he actually got advanced very quickly. But regardless, Hakaishin and Emisupers, 2 advanced Dragon Ball FighterZ players here today, going to be trying to battle it out into that winners finals. Where, as you said before, that's a guaranteed top 3 finish. That's a guaranteed cut of the pie. And Hakaishin looking good, just like last time we saw him on Fight Night.
Yeah, last time on Fight Nights. But now, that drop right there is a little bit unfortunate. Emisupers gets another opportunity to fight back. And, Hakaishin up tech, that's like a little up tech reset from the Street Fighter right there. He just got a quick reset, got away. I can't believe he didn't punish.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate. Hakaishin looking to counter the reflect perfectly with the Dragon Rush, but just a couple of pixels out. Either way, though. Oh, no confirm with the assist. Was looking to extend the combo a little bit, get him to a point where he can kill, but Emisupers still holding on to that Jiren and still holding on to the Spark and not going to be popping it here.
Yeah, and holding on to the L as well. Hits the floor. Rough stuff. But Hakaishin, I did not think that I was going to say the statement today that I am going to have more ammo against Posey on the Goku Black downplay. I mean, like, he just won Fight Nights, man. You got to understand. You're playing a top tier. You're playing triple fusions. You're actually what you didn't want to become.
You either, what is the saying? You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Sorry, Posey.
Yes.
It'd be like that, fam. But it's funny, too, because if Hakaishin wins and then the legendary Jago wins, that's 2 out of the top 3 guaranteed Goku Black.
Top 3 character.
As far as I'm concerned. 3 bars on deck. Okay, just let the Blades of Judgment do their work. Purple City on the back with the lightning.
You know, interesting. There's a couple of Oki setups you can go for there, especially when the Reflect isn't there. So I was interesting to see Hakaishin put more plus frames on top of plus frames, but I mean, it is what it is.
All right, sometimes you just want to be obnoxious with the pressure, right? It's like, I'm not even going to try to manipulate you. It's going to be straightforward, but you're going to have to sit there and take it.
Oh, air to air, and they trade after, but it's not a clash. What is going on?
Yeah, the clash and the trade, definitely. Oh, God. Scrambly sequence here. Somehow, Gigaton coming through with the solid hit finally. 4 bars on deck as well. This should be a dead Zamasu, I imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be close. If you had the shirt ripped off already, it'd be guaranteed, but it's going to be, nope, just going to go for level 2. Because he knew that it wasn't going to kill.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a little bit more to the combo before the super started, but since it started at that amount of health, we got a live Zamasu for now.
Oh man, anti-reflect string after. It's actually a really good covering setup from the Janemba A because they're typically going to water reflect. And now Gigaton, not using the command grabs at all before, immediately starts pulling them out when the time is right. And Hakaishin is at a huge deficit now.
Yeah, you see, Gigaton really wants those command grabs to count, right? Before in the previous set, doing it to turn the tide. This time to get a kill on a character when they're down. I love the timing.
Man, every time I see Super Broly played, I want to play this character.
He is definitely one of the coolest characters in the game. Like, not one of the best, but definitely one of the coolest.
He's also like, I don't know, you have to play really smart and then really not smart. Actually, you know what? I'll relabel that. Unconventional.
Yeah, you have to be definitely unpredictable, do some unorthodox type things with them, but at the same time have a very solid foundation. And that is a very funky character archetype. I think that's part of why you don't see that many Super Broly's, but it is a fun line to try to toe, to say the least.
Now,
Hakaishin, though, definitely looking in control. Of course, Gigaton does have the Janemba. He's going to keep him alive with that sparking.
I like that reflect, but again, that's a situation where if he command grabs, you're completely scooped and gets the pickup anyways off of the sword. Not getting the full spark extension though, and the pickup in the air-to-air super jump right over. Doesn't he did build the 4th bar? You can kill right here. You just level 1 immediately, level 3, and that is a wrap. First game, Hakaishin.
The Bird Gang in the back, calling him out. Hakaishin definitely looking solid. Yeah, and I love the air-to-air, and I couldn't believe he built the 4th bar on the smash. I was like, oh my God, you're dead. That was the only way you died from that combo choice.
I saw it, and I'm like, there's no way he gets that 4th bar, and that kick gave him like 1/3. I'm like, are you for real, dude? Oh man, but yeah, right back into the game once again. Gigaton trying to lock down with just the Jiren.
Doing a good job weathering the storm for now, but as soon as I think it finds the open up.
Yeah. Going for the optimals with Jiren too. Jiren has such interesting routes, but keeps getting the drop at the end of the combo. Not sure if it's intentional, but it does end up paying off. Sometimes our accidents are our best decisions. Oh my goodness.
You can tell they're very comfortable with like a dropped combo situation with Jiren. They're trying the armor, trying the parries. Right now, though, Hakaishin staying 1 step ahead.
Full extension here. You can get Blades of Justice. Again, super meaty. And ow, actually picked up right there. Could have gone for the 2H, but everything catches. You get a full extension on the combo here. May be able to potentially kill at the end.
Oh, I love that extension right there with too much hit stun. Oh my goodness, the dash into the raw tag. It's to stop trying to challenge me.
That is a scary situation because every bone in your body tells you not to 2H there. Don't press a button. Don't press a button. That's what you're thinking.
Oh, whenever you can put, oh my goodness, Emi mashing on hit right there. You better complete your combo for real.
There's a certain type of confidence between a player that holds their tech and one that jams on the light button for their tech.
Ooh. Oh
my goodness.
Slicing him in half. Emi putting so much work in with this Juniper right now. The sparking is gone. Oh, I thought that slice was going to catch his back. Oh, the spark opens. Zamasu, he wanted to do something to get out of the situation, but I mean, just a suffocating pressure coming out from Gigaton.
Yeah, this Juniper is absolutely making the difference against Hakaishin right now. Definitely going to kill here with this extension. And now Hakaishin just falling apart. My God, the log.
I was going to say, I don't know when Juniper came in the last game, but you highlighted it perfectly. Like, the Juniper on point with these 2 assists has just been spelling trouble for Hakaishin.
It is actually wild because everything that he wants to do with his Ki Blast is covered by his backup. And that is such an impressive situation. And now has the plus frames and gets the reflect baited out. Love that. Gigaton now down the Jiren, but still has that Juniper in the back. But looking good for Hakaishin.
Yeah, I want to see, because like we said, Juniper on point's the one doing work. We got another situation where Super Broly is going to be on point. Oh, and Hakaishin striking first.
Oh, no. Yeah, went for the optimal. And sometimes it's better to just confirm the combo with 2M, but I understand that extra 200 damage feels really nice.
You were talking about like the legendary Jago, right? Like on that extension, he was going with the tournament version. He wasn't going for the super hard one.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you need to take a play out of that playbook.
Up we go. This should be a level 3 knockdown into Universal Fuzzy 50-50. Very hard to deal with. You have a command grab too. Can you block this, Gigaton? Oh, and you didn't even go for any of those. He went for a gimmick. Ah!
Did, and the gimmick works. Takes down a character. You can show it to him once at the very least, and Hakaishin going to be able to even it up with that. But this has been the problem character, the Juniper, and then just catches a tail to the face as he lands.
Right here, going to go into the Juniper beats at the very end, and it is a 1-touch per game. You can vanish here to get Oki. Let's see what happens.
Oh my God! Just IADs. You want to hit me with a gimmick? Well, I'll hit you with the most fundamental follow-up I can for a level 3. And Hakaishin was looking for a way out that wasn't there.
That was really good from Gigaton clutching that out at the end. I absolutely love that he held his composure and realized the type of plays that Hakaishin was going for. That was the difference right there. Because like when you start to see the risk reward that your opponent is taking, you're able to play much better around them.
Exactly. You are able to discern their decisions. Oh, a whole lot clearer, but Hakaishin baiting him into that one.
Yeah, really good pickup into the knockdown blades.
Power of Divine Right. Those are my favorite villains, the Divine Justice types. Oh, yeah, there was no way, bro. You were just in the midst of chaos. It was going to be very hard to get out of there without being hit.
He double reflected on his Oki and then mashed.
Like I said, bro, like how are you supposed to get out of there alive?
He said, I'm living or I'm dying. My God. And then he kills Zamasu after that sequence. What just happened?
And this is huge. This is kills with Jiren starting on point. Broly following up. We were talking about Juniper being the one that is killing everybody before. This is huge right now for Gigaton.
That was a sequence. Like, I am heavily impressed at this moment.
Oh, the 2H wasn't there that time. Oh, tried to scream at him.
Nope. Jump is not the answer there. Maybe, and that kept his super dash as well. So now Gigaton getting knowledge checked by the Goku Black here a little bit.
Oh, the 2M as well, opening him up low. Sparking it up to make sure he kills the Super Broly, but is he going to? Should be, right?
It's not. It's going to be so close. He didn't have any levels, but the spark is going to be touched. Oh, it is. Wow.
Just barely. Leaving Hakaishin with 2 full characters, but this has been the problem. Juniper 3 bars on deck as well. Let's see what he does with it. He's got Jiren backing him up as well, sparking already, but no, it is not your turn, fam.
Something I've noticed from Gigaton too is he has not been consistently getting any 2Hs, and that has been a huge way for Hakaishin to get in. I need to see the anti-airs. Oh no, and that's the layers on display there.
Yeah, we already talked about the Goku Black pressure being super clean with Hakaishin, right? Caught Juniper, or excuse me, caught Emi earlier. Trying to flinch a little bit early, set up shot for the command grab. Now you're 1 hit away.
Oh man, again, gets out, and Gigaton presses buttons like there isn't a down back. Like, I'm so impressed at the willingness to continue to commit. Like, you're on track, buddy. That was it. And now, guess one more time, command grab comes out. Finally, again, that's the third one we've seen in the course of all his games.
Yes, sir. Oh, couldn't get the kill right there. Found the Janemba assist, but conversion falling a little bit short. And both players playing chicken in the air right there. Typical DBFZ neutral. Great tech.
Very good. You have to be so careful. Waiting with a 2H. The purple stuff gets countered. Now getting locked down once again. The cross up connects. Huge pickup for Hakaishin.
Right in the back of the neck. Not protecting where he should be watching. Put up the fireball just for the frame kills. Oh my goodness. You thought you were going to have to block that? Nah, the command grab coming through.
And I like that half circle into the Gogeta 4. Get that little bit of blue health back. Super important because now Gigaton, one touch away from death, has to play perfect to beat Hakaishin.
Oh my god, oh my goodness, about lives. The spy just hanging there helplessly, but either way, Hakaishin finds the hit that he needs right here. He just takes it to the bank, needs to end it with a super and does so. 2-1.
Very good clutch at the end right there from Hakaishin. And I mean, Gigaton had such confident defense, like aggressively defensive style, right? Like active defense was what got him out of so many situations. However, it also put him into a lot of bad situations, which ultimately gave Hakaishin the win because he was able to start abusing those.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what you end up gambling with, right? When you kind of take that route defensively, when you're very active and you try to play that counter game rather than like the kind of wait and react type game. Sometimes that could work to your detriment, right? But overall, I think many people consider it a more solid and more overall successful style of defense. But I mean, in the RPS style, we've seen played at the highest level, right? Like literally the best players in the world, some of them play that style of defense, and it's won them world championships. So it's certainly very viable, but it can cost you in certain situations like that. And I think you highlighted the other point that really led to his downfall was just there wasn't enough 2Hs on the super dashes, man.
There was a lot left to be desired there. And if you're playing that RPS kind of style, you have to be willing. If you can't throw rock in part of that equation, you're going to have a bad time. And Rock was 2H in that situation. So if Gigaton can get that practice going, and I mean, there were a lot of tricky super dashes there, but they're definitely 2Hable. Then we'll see a much better win rate with that type of play style. But yeah, like you said, good players, RPS. Who's Kazunoko? Never heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Daru, like, there's a lot of players that are like at the top level are like, I'm picking an option on defense and committing to it, and I'll let the chips fall where they may. Like, I'm not trying to figure out what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna try to react to this. Just let the chips fall.
I love doing that. Oh man,
sometimes you got to do it just to relieve that mental stress, right? Like sometimes you got too much on your mind, and that's kind of how you have to play to let the rest of yourself function properly.
Oh yeah, and man, this has been an amazing tournament so far. I've loved these games, and we've only got more coming up as well because on the other side, the player who player to watch of the tournament, we determined this at the beginning, and I want to remember this because after Ringe said that, I was like, "Oh, my man's out. He's not winning this game." Like, just as I was like, it would be too good of a storyline, and I like that we're getting the never-ending story of legendary Jago, and he has to fight Boyka that we saw play pretty successfully in the last fight night. So, legendary Jago, showing Danny up, and how are they going to go against Boyka? That's going to be exciting.
Jago of House Legendary. We'll see how you go about it. There's been some games for some thrones when it comes to some houses. We'll see if he's able to take this throne here at Fight Nights. He is representing Utah, age 28. That's my man's right there. Power of the Flames. Every name he's got is dope. Slick Rick on top of that for the third change.
I didn't see the Slick Rick.
You did it? Oh, yeah. The Slick Rick is great, too. Like, literally every name is great. And on the other side, Boyka. He knows his brand. That's my name. That's my Twitter. That's my Twitch. Don't get it confused. Well done. My man's knows how to drive a brand. But on the other side, we'll see if the chaos of legendary Jago kind of upset that uniformity.
I mean, we're looking at chaos on the other side right there, too. A team that we typically, this is a day one team right here. This is Team Vanilla Ice Cream.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
This is the I really love my neutral assist team.
Or this is like I really love Dragon Ball and what are video games. Like, you know what I mean?
But it was in season 1. This team slapped.
It was a great team.
Day one,
for sure.
This team was godlike.
Yeah, yeah.
I played on that patch. That team was godlike. I picked it up recently, and I'm like, this is broken. I can't believe it. We were blind.
yeah, exactly. Right. You're like, why wasn't every tournament in patch 1 won by this team? Like it's one of those for sure.
Oh man, and now Legendary Jago. Here's the thing: we see the switch here now to the adult Gohan.
Oh, true. Legendary Jago. Okay. Oh no, the name.
Oh, the name's just switched.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, Boyka's rocking the Vegeta too, but no, that is.
Oh my god. That was insane. Legendary Jago with the M Tatsu after a block super dash.
You know, I'm saying that, and that's one of the things that playing these characters for this long will result in. You have these weird answers that people have just never seen before, but we've seen that one once or twice in our Dragon Ball history. A classic way to defend yourself in the corner. If there's a gap to micro dash or micro walk out under, people are gonna do it.
Yeah. Exactly true, and you can't leave that gap because once you get to that level, you have to always be paying attention. And I am loving the amount of Super Saiyan Goku we're seeing today. I love this character. We were actually before, just a peek behind the curtain, before air, my man Jake was like, I gotta go to the Goku section of my closet. Wasn't even the Dragon Ball section, full Goku. Very important. And you know what's funny? Vegeta's my favorite character.
You have to have respect, though. Goku changed the game, you know?
He did. Oh, nice.
And I mean, like, the anime pop culture life game.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just Dragon Ball FighterZ.
World altered.
Yeah. We're getting ready for the Goku Black teleport shenanigans, and right there, great challenge. After the second hit of the auto combo, expecting him not to go into anything, it was correct.
Wait, is this secretly just Easy Man? Is this just Spanish Easy Man? I just realized this is Easy Man's team. Hold on. Where are you at, Easy Man?
One of my favorite part about this actually is Legendary Jago's in-game name is YT Legendary Jago, and that's not even his YouTube.
Really?
It's Power of the Flames, remember?
That's true. What? We're getting trolled.
He's like, look me up on the Vulture VODs. Yeah. Everybody got the Legendary Jago going on, but right now he's getting a legendary butt whooping from Boyka. Hasn't lost the character yet. 3 bars into 4 because of how much that builds. Oh my goodness, he's gonna live, I think, because you're able to regen a little bit during that level 3 more than some. Yeah, if he didn't get to regen, he would have been dead. But the double axe handle, King's Crown style, straight to the dome.
Sometimes the best Oki is just IAD buttons. It's good, it's simple, and that's what we're seeing displayed by this team too. Very simple, straightforward game plan. You can now with how Adult Gohan has been buffed. I mean, he's playing him on point, so it kind of defeats the point. But once you get levels on him and have like a strong meter building point character, oh my god, he's like the best character in the game. So
yeah, 100%. And with Boyka, like you said, it's a rewarding team for somebody that's been playing Dragon Ball FighterZ for a while and really tries to play solid fundamentals of what this game kind of tries to encourage. Like Boyka definitely is sitting back, waiting, good reactions, has strong assists to kind of play around the neutral, not letting you in easily. And the Adult Gohan, I mean, as you said, he kind of doesn't get to take advantage of the buffs as much because of the point. Still a very versatile point character with a lot of strong tools and backed by these assists. I mean, it's not going to be easy to open up someone that's solid at the game with this team.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I love to see here too, because it's that same statement I made in the beginning where, you know, if you're playing the character, oh my, Jago, not like this. I was gonna say, if you're playing the characters that you're most comfortable with, you're gonna be able to play at that level against other teams, even if you have less tools from time to time. But the immediate switch from Jago, tearing it up.
The Super Baby 2. Oh no, yeah, we talked about the activity on the assist right there, catching the recovery after the block super dash. Vegeta says, you know, you can super dash through it, but still, definitely a just a pest in the neutral. Oh, the classic, straight out of season 1 right there. Fast fall and the beam lockdown. Get your toes crunched.
And it's so hard still because, you know, he's wearing blue. He's behind the blue beam. It's a deliberate color choice.
I love me the color manipulation, whether it be on stage or on teams. Oh, and the gap is there in the DP. He could have killed with a vanish cancel, but
yeah, probably didn't realize or have the idea to confirm in time. Vanished out to try to escape, but no, Forbidden Starter is going to be huge damage on Boyka's Goku right here. And yeah, maybe level 3, not just ops to level 1.
And he gets some damage in here. He got the healthier character in. You know, that was priority number 1. And back to Super Baby. Let's see. He's got some shenanigans. Oh, okay. Just ends up getting the instant air dash in. I was expecting some type of shenanigan with Super Baby, just considering the player that Jago is, but nice and solid right there.
You know, I'm just happy that layer 0 connected because every other layer becomes 10 times more effective.
True. So you got to establish it. Boyka's going to be looking for that next time he's in that same situation. Good job covering himself, putting the beam out, and make sure he didn't get that Super Dash 2H.
Oh, and again, IED Butts has been very successful against Boyka here. Maybe not a lot of experience against the Super Baby 2.
Yeah, that time it looked like just wasn't expected to be locked down by the beams coming back, following up the vanish, and just got caught off guard. Oh, this is a good hit, though. Super Baby 2 has been definitely causing him some problems. So we're going to put the healthy character in.
Only cashing in 1, yeah.
Oh my goodness, he tried the big brain bait out with that one. Tried to dash it, instant air dash back, but the 2M anti-air after the stupid dash. You seen that one before, Jago?
That's the pooper scooper right there. that was wild. I saw him hit that, and I had a fond memory entered my brain.
I was gonna say, I feel like that was like something we saw back in the day when this character was a lot more popular, you know?
Yep, that was the hook gang god to him right there.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we haven't seen for quite some time. Oh, the TP. Give himself a Dragon Ball in the process right there. Tries to get Vegeta, but Boyka gonna be creating some space. Oh my God! Oh, he turned around twice. The missed punish into you don't know what side I'm gonna end up on because my auto combo's taking me left and right. Oh my goodness.
So messed up, man. Oh, raw. Yeah, raw DP. I like that.
Boyka's been responding to a lot of moments with that. You give him an opportunity to bust out, he's gonna take it, as you can see there. And my goodness, Jago finally catching on, and he's gonna kill him for DPing one too many times.
And I like this from Jago a lot because as soon as he was able to make the team switch, it slowed down his playstyle. Where we saw legendary Jago challenging a lot before and focusing on his reactions, he slowed down here. And I love that because slowing down let him see, oh, he's just DPing on every gap. Oh, he's doing it because it was almost every single gap that Boyka was going for the option that could typically be covered by one of his assists. And it felt like, you know what, the tapes were watched. Jago figured it out.
Yeah, precisely right. Jago had gotten hit by a plethora of DPs, like in the first 2 games. He had to have probably gotten hit by 5 or 6. So because of that, at this point, he's like, okay, I have learned. He's got 1 character left. He's throwing the Hail Marys up and just completely adjusting. And right now, what? Canceling with the 2H into the DP at the end.
And just like that, getting the level up, baiting Boyka to challenge, and just having the bean there for Oki. Very common strategy, and that gets the job done. Adult Gohan gone, and without him, this team, it doesn't have a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you can take him out of the equation, and it's just Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, and it's like, damn, son, you gotta really be better than your opponent to take this dub, because these characters don't have too many shenanigans, but we'll see if he can do it.
There's no way you TOD off this. Oh yeah, okay, dropped it at the end. If he would have got that Dragon Rush, he killed. That's insane.
And so far, I mean, he's making it work. Super Baby 2 now going to be eating a whole lot of damage. 6 bars on deck, and he's going to take the level 3 raw with Goku. Keep him on point.
Yeah, and again, it's coming down to the fundamentals. Like, even though he doesn't have hard mix or anything, he's just creating these situations.
Boyka, we return. You want you for your fundamentals? You want your footsies? You want your respectful ground game? We wake up level 3. Gorilla.
Monkey.
He's like, you don't got no spark. You can't heal this back. Now you opened up as well. I mean, Goku gonna be looking like he's on life support after this.
No way.
Oh my God. He used the assist. That was sick. That was so smart. Called the stolen assist from the skies because of the dead character. That's nasty, bro.
Oh, that was so sick. Beam assist into the C assist. Oh, dude. Garlic, why didn't you done that to me, man? That's messed up. I feel hurt.
Taking some notes. I know, imagine if you played Jago and you got hit by, you're like, bro, you were supposed to be preparing me for this.
Write that down, write that down.
Oh, caught him crouching. The spiky hair, though, still plenty of hurt box to be had. Legendary Jago now, definitely in complete control. No assist available, just gonna be chasing down the tech.
And his Boyka not gonna offer the DP this time. I was waiting to see if it would happen, and now should be a kill. We're gonna build more than enough bar here. And that is going to be it after the level 3 legendary Jago with the 2-1 over Boyka. And you know, the simple stuff, if you play fundamentally sound the entire time, you can make it happen. But Jago was better than fundamentals.
Definitely better than fundamentals right there. We wake up, we return to Gorilla, we tilt the opponent. I mean, Jago from there on was just in complete control. And look at that. The player to watch from the legendary clan in winners finals, guaranteed top 3. And I mean, he's been doing some impressive stuff along the way. We saw that wild, like, what was it earlier? The guard cancel, or he was able to cancel off of the Banshee blast.
Yeah, it was Banshee blast into the Goku Black active switch, and then got a whole knockdown. And I'm like, I didn't see that.
We see some nasty stuff with the super baby. Like, this fella is definitely, he doesn't just have shenanigans, and he's not just like guessing right on defense. He is a legit player with skills, and he is in winners finals.
Yeah, winners finals has been established, and man, this tournament has been so dang cool so far. And you know, we are gonna take a look at where we're at in the bracket here, because we have some more matches coming up. Winners finals obviously is the Hakaishin X versus legendary Jago, player to watch of the tournament. And then on the loser side now we have Boyka versus Juniper, who will have the right to fight against Danny. So Gigaton fell 2-0 to Danny as well. So Danny able to handle that active defense style of Gigaton a little bit more handedly down on the loser side. And you know, just a couple more players left to run through, but wow, so close to our full top 4 being determined.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Great start to the fight nights here for our PlayStation tournaments as per usual. Yeah, we have our winners final set, 2 awesome winners semi sets as well, just showing out. And I'm gonna give y'all a chance, because I think we're taking a break here, to go to compete.playstation.com to check out all the amazing Fight Nights tournaments that you can sign up for. You can see the ticker going down at the screen right now. Street Fighter 5 is happening on the 26th, just a couple of days away. Fortnite, Tekken 7, there's plenty on the horizon. So go check that out. We're gonna take a quick break and be back to the winners finals.
Hi, everyone. We've just instant transmissioned right back into Fight Nights. I looked away for a moment, and Rinch, he went around the world, and he appeared right back. It's like he never left, just in a blink. And you might have missed it if you weren't here earlier, but we have had one hell of a bracket so far. And so many great games. I have loved the characters we've been seeing. I am getting my daily fill of Goku. It's very important. I have a Goku part in my closet. We talked about it earlier, where it's all Goku. So having having that much Goku in my recent life, right? Look at all the Goku right there.
Wow.
And look at Legendary Jago, having to play against triple fusions. It's so hard. It's so hard.
My goodness, it makes me sick. All these triple fusion teams running amok across the DVFZ meta. This one, the worst of them all. Goku, Black, Zamasu, and Gogeta. We jest, of course. Hakaishin doing the damn thing. Definitely showed out last week as well. Had a bye in this one. Luckily got to that winner semis. It was pushed to the limit. Definitely very well tested by Emisupers over on the winner semi side of things, but prevailed going up against Legendary Jago, who was taking down Danny, one of the favorites of the tournament, and just in general been looking like a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, just such a high level match that we're going to be seeing here, and such a diabolical man on the side of Hakaishin, picking the toppest, only the meanest of players would pick something that strong. You look at them after they say their character, and you scowl. That's what you do. You know. What's that character for you, Rinch?
Oh, what's that character for me in this game?
Yeah.
Oh, Vegito. Free. I think that's a lot of people's, but yeah, definitely. From the beginning, I've hated Vegito. From the days of, he's got no mix. How could it be a good character? From those days, that character has caused me complete pain.
Season 1. It's Android 16. That character has given me bad habits for my life.
Boss, bro.
Oh, man. And now immediately starting off Hakaishin with the pickup after that neutral scramble. We traded beam assist, but I won the quick draw McGraw.
Oh, no. And just a little bit off with that chase down on the tech allowed Jago to get the instant air backdash, gets his own punish, and now he's got the corner. Oh, and he's always got these tricky resets. Hakaishin down tagging, avoiding that Dragon Rush.
Yeah, really great decision. And I mean, still being willing to go through the layers of gimmicks is important. And just the air-to-air into the air-to-air, the chase down, it's like the combo never dropped, but he just had great scaling.
Oh, is he actually 28? Is he actually 28 years old? Because that's the stats we got, but he's got the reactions of 10 years younger than that.
What are you saying? You're saying a 28-year-old can't have reactions? Right?
That is the implication. But when you actually
I'm right here,
ask me serious about it, I actually don't think reactions diminish that much. To be honest with you, my actual opinion. But it is surprising to see how well he's reacting.
That's good. Because I was worried about myself for a second.
Nah, I'm one of those that when I see people all my reactions are dying, I'm like, no, you're just getting worse.
Oh, bro.
I definitely don't think reactions drop off that hard, but I could be wrong.
Let me have my copium. And the anti-reflect, the anti-reflect from Hakaishin doesn't have to reflect on his actions. No copium needed. Because just looking good here so far.
Definitely trying to take it to the bank. He was throwing a party on the other side of the screen. You're not invited, but either way, crashing it, and this is what happens. You're getting tossed out.
Yeah, huge damage right here. Can extend. Nope, goes for the Oki instead. Again, it was his own me. What do you mean?
What? Tatsu through everything.
What just happened?
He crashed through the window of the party. You thought you kicked me out? Tatsu's back in.
That was insane.
Oh, okay,
I've never seen somebody do that.
Yeah, so we talked about that though, right? When you play the characters for this long, you just try stuff in these situations because you've been in them before. And you're like, oh, this is an answer I would have never expected to work, but you've been in this situation 1,000 times. You've tried it.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, just the courtesy jab to both the assist and the point character.
Little check on the chin. Very important. The jab is the most important part of the game plan. Now they're worried. Oh, man, but locked in. Got hit by that afterwards, and it was another cheeky little reset. Goes for low, and you're plus. You cannot jump. And he pressed the button right there. So, wow, that was, you know what, Jago? Flying too close to the sun, Icarus.
Indeed. We talked about it, right? He's kind of committed to the, like, Reed style of defense where he's committing to something heavily just off of what he thinks the opponent's going to do. And right there, bit him.
Now, Super Saiyan Goku, 5 bars in the back, can kill with one good touch here. But getting that good touch is the hard part, especially with all the mobility that Zamasu has. Now locked down, guess per character.
He's guessing right so far. Even got the chicken block off. Then you get punished for that. EX will reflect, but he just goes to the other side. No chance to punish here. Oh, but Hakaishin lying in wait. 2H is not a problem for him. He's going to steal the first game off of that perfect counter.
Amazing decisions from Hakaishin right there. Loved the way that they were structuring their game against Jago. And it just now Jago is getting punished for those rock, paper, scissors situations. This is the other side of the coin.
Yep.
Where, you know, you can't be right all the time. But if you have like an 80% rate with that play style, it feels real good. But right there, we were shooting... we were not shooting well. We were getting hit by rock every time. We're like, our scissors are just not cutting it.
That was Lakers 3-point percentage type flow right there. Definitely not a good look. But I'm glad you bring that up though, because Hakaishin was really the opposite end of the spectrum, right? And he like blatantly showed that at the end where he didn't do anything. He down back. Was like, I'm gonna wait for you to do something and react. Give myself as much mental space as possible to sit there and 2H you if you decide to do that. And I mean, that's what happened.
Sometimes the best decision in a fighting game is to do nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing this advice and it stuck with me forever. It's like, are you too stupid to do nothing? And I'm like, but the game, I want to press buttons. Like, that's why I play the game. It's like, but this is how this is how you win the game.
I think that's a great way to get someone to actually consider. Like, I know it sounds mean, but like, I think that is one way to kind of mentally rock someone into thinking about the situation for real. Like, you're like, bro, like, it's not a joke.
There have been so many times where in a game, like, people are so convincing with it. You're like, is their controller really connected? And then they hit you and you're like, what?
Yeah.
They were just waiting for that one moment and you're like, huh? And you had this second of hesitation too, where you're like, oh no. Wow, they're both playing the best team in the game? That's crazy. Triple fusion? This is also triple fusion right here on the other side. That's just Vegeta and a parasite. That's a fusion.
It used to be every character in the game was Goku. Now every character in the game is a fusion. Well, we're gonna figure out how to make it that way.
It's just on the alignment chart of what kind of fusion they are.
Yeah. I want to see Jago do the 2H into the counter again. Oh, you remember that? That was him,
yeah,
right? It's 2H into the instant counter.
Yeah, it's auto combo into counter because you are negative afterwards.
Oh yeah, auto combo.
And you can block, but you can also just steal your turn back.
Yeah, why block when I got a
with Lariat? And then you could do the barrier, and if you have a defensive assist, you just call that after. So it's like, do you really want to interact with me? And then you just don't ever do the counter after.
And this is Jago already bouncing back in great fashion here. Gonna clean up the first character. Gonna have 2 bars afterwards as well. This is a great look. And the Super Baby on point, which we've already seen. Definitely people are not prepared for what he's got in the playbook.
Yeah, and I like that, you know, the character switch paying off excellently for Jago when it's time to play at that higher level, knows how to pull it out, but because that's good. In tournaments, you want to be able to practice under these conditions, but putting yourself at a potential deficit after this next mix-up is not a position you want to be in.
It's definitely not. And Hakaishin looking smooth with the Zamasu extensions here. Doubles up on the blades.
Oh my god, the weight! Again, it was Hakaishin doing nothing!
That's what got him the hit. Wow, it was too early on the 2H?
I think it's because it got guard canceled as the 2H was coming out, so the hitbox went away. But now, gets the spark. I'd say that's a win.
Yeah, for sure. Now right back into the Super Baby. Oh no! Oh my god!
I didn't even see him! I didn't even see him!
You legendary Jago. How did you come up with this? Mad scientist for real, for real. What is it? That was intentional too, or did you just pick it up because the beams were out, Cam? I don't even know.
I love watching this character. Because the more I know, the less I understand.
Facts. He's calling the assist as well. The C assist from the stolen character.
Stuck under pressure again. This is really scary. Once again, gets the steal return, and that last was huge. We're not gonna get a kill here. Had the bar, but it doesn't matter. It was a drop opportunity. It was dropable, and now it's good for the meter.
Hakaishin is just lucky Jago didn't have 3 bars right there, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Because I think when he landed, the gorilla was coming out for sure.
Yeah. Coming to a Dragon Ball game near you, gorillas.
Right now, Hakaishin is looking to settle this one back down. It definitely started at a very high tempo, chaotic pace that Jago was thriving in. Now he's able to settle it back down a bit. A big level 3 follow-up with the Purple City. This is going to be his game to lose.
I think he got a spark. Oh my God, Jago.
Or DP. You know, that's fun.
Get a meeting. No, you know what, Jago? You're right. You're right. You're right. It's the right. Yes. Great. Knockdown. Guess for character, Hakaishin. And that is the command grab. It's at 100% hit rate against everybody he's played so far. It has not missed.
Oh my goodness. Very much the opposite of the 3-point percentage from the Lakers on that one. More like Steph Curry from that range as well. Again, what is happening? How did he end up behind him? 2H, we vanished the cancel because we see the vanish coming out.
Now he didn't want to take that mix anymore, but gets locked down. So scary. Hakaishin is not afraid to chase down aggressively, but that was almost a re-jump. Doesn't matter. No, please, just 2H in the combo.
It's all right. Gogeta coming in to do the dirty work. Straight gut punch. Put the holy bomb on him. What up here in our first 2-3, by the way.
Yeah, this is good right here. And yeah, again, now looking great. 1-1. Love the adjustment. And I mean, again, 2 triple fusion teams. You'd hate, like, what is this game coming to, man? What is it? What's going on?
What do we as players, well, how are we responsible for this meta? No, but seriously, the way Jago's been playing, I really like how you talked about the way Baby doesn't just like switch up the options he has on his team, but it really makes him play differently as well.
Yeah. Even against the characters, like when you play against different characters, they have different assists and an entire different structure that you have to think about, where you're now playing with an extra team of 4v3 assist-wise, which is wild, or 3v2.
All right, spark up, get him off of him, but Hakaishin, this is huge right here. Considering he spent that spark, he needed something big to have on offensively, and this is exactly that.
Huge pickup. Not going to be able to kill here.
Yeah, now I want to see if Jago responds with his own. Oh, the gimmick.
It's so easy to see. If you know it's coming, it's so easy to deal with.
Oh, it looked like he was trying to get out. Oh my lord, the fadeaway. The turnaround jump M right there, hitting him Black Mamba style.
Mad good, and goes for the cheeky reset as well. Legendary Jago has gotten punished for going for the cheeky. Doing it again!
Oh my god.
What is going on? Please!
Try to get him with the air reset. I think it was going to be tough to kill still with the combo.
But I mean, like...
Yeah, I get it. You should just do level 3 into a real mix.
Like, at that point, you won. You got him. You got him with a reset once. Why go again?
You gotta keep going. You gotta break down the mental. It's a long set, right? Even this 1W isn't gonna win him the set, so you gotta play the long game.
True. Oh, and it's gonna be one hell of a road to climb here for this Goku Black. We saw it happen before.
It's gonna be a long game if he wants to bring this one back. That is for sure. Oh no! Dive kicking directly into the counter. Have the 2H ready. Blades up. Oh no!
My. Again,
right.
6M. Okay, this is huge. Gonna be lots of damage. If you can optimize this, you don't kill, but at least you get knocked down. Note goes. What?
I was just wondering where the reset was gonna be. 2H immediately into the plates. I don't know. Must have been an execution error?
Yeah, I 100%. Now, Walk down still. I can't believe he blocked that. It looked like it was a mistake on the overhead, but still knocked down. Jago, the most important part of that was out of court, but not at the end, and just enough to finish the character. I thought it ended.
I mean, this is still very doable for Jago right here. He's got 6 bars. Next touch on Gogeta could kill if it's the right starter. Oh, instead reflected and punished.
Not dead just yet. One more touch to go, and the JS. He says, "Man, I'm pretty." That's what he said to him. If you know the reference, shout outs to you. You probably have the reactions of a 28-year-old.
Where's it from, bro? I feel like I heard it, but I don't know where it's from at this moment in time.
Johnny Bravo.
Oh, of course. Man, I'm pretty. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. The wink, it is deadly when it comes from Gogeta, and you can see right there Hakaishin taking the lead in this best of 5, though. This is winners finals. So Jago not gonna go quietly into the night just yet. Already put a dub on the board. He could be switching back here. He seems to be one to switch after an L. Maybe he's got another secret character, another fusion in the back, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what the adjustment ends up being, because it's do or die now in winter side. So I don't know. It's that triple fusion team is really putting in work. But no, I'm on, in all reality, I would say maybe replace the Goku Black, because Baby was already putting in work. Yeah.
I was definitely a bit more impressed with Hakaishin on the Goku Black, and oh nope, it's going back to the original squad.
Yeah, the point Vegito Blue. A lot of players, even though Vegito is highly sought after for his Banshee Blast assist, his neutral's great. And when you put 2 assists behind that neutral, mwah, delicious.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? It's like
press 5M, I win neut.
Ridiculous. Oh God, it's opening up with the cans for your trouble. Had the beam behind him, but all right, we scramble out into another hit. Legendary Jago, definitely pushing the tempo.
This is like when you take the amp and you dial it up to 11, but you just created a number 11 on the amp, so it goes up to their normal. That's like your 10. That's what we saw. That's how Jago plays. It's always an 11, even though it's only a 10.
You can tell Hakaishin is definitely accustomed to that right now. He's adjusted what he should be looking for. He had cleanly anti-air that back-to-back instant air dash, and now it's getting him a full character kill.
And love the extension, but yeah, I don't like ending with the Goku Black Bear. Maybe feels more comfortable with that character on point, but you're already hurt on him, and both of those characters are suitable points, especially in a 2v3.
Yeah, most definitely. Lots of neutral control offered by both characters as well, but yeah, definitely seems to want to be playing this as safely as possible, as we're seeing it right now. Just staying on the other side of the screen, throwing blades, but can't throw it into that. He's too close, Mark.
And here's the thing that I just covered is because... No! You had to kill Jago! I cursed him because that was the mistake. He had the lower health character and it was about to die, but Jago making a critical mistake.
Indeed, let him live for now. Now sticking his hand in the blender there. Tries to super dash in after the clashing assist, but Hakaishin once again lying in wait, reacting properly to the aggression.
Chase, when do you opt to spark here? Wow, you blocked all of that. Fantastic. Try to steal your turn back again.
Callwood trying to backdash. You cannot escape that easily. Oh my God. Tried a 2H punish, but just a little bit too early on that one, and Jago's going to get a kill for it.
Yeah, really good pickup from Jago right there. Still has to get a solid hit on Hakaishin before he sparks, or else it's going to be a deficit, and that is a Japanese classic right there. They are the #1 fans of Call Assist Raw Vanish.
Yeah. Works out in this instance, and wow, the range on that jump P fading away. And of course, we know how Vegito gets down. Those forward advancing normals afterwards, easy combo.
Goes for a cheeky little reset. Again, Jago just keeps having them in the tank. Did not bite this time from Hakaishin, but the falling. What? That was insane. What?
Landed on the peak, the crown of his head right there. Difficult to tell which side. Looked like it was back in front.
That's the cursed mix-up. Yeah. We call that the Zane Beerus mix-up.
Yeah.
Hits you on your head and cracks you in half.
Right down the middle. You don't know, even afterwards, you don't know which way you should have blocked.
Oh, and Jago, you know, has the edge on him right now, but this mix is so scary.
Bro. Just
I can't escape. What is going on?
Reset with the jump age. This is madness, my man. He might get in trouble, though. That madness might cost him a little bit here. It looks like the Goku Black is going to go down. Spin that meter, fam.
I can't believe that he could have just taken the damage in a level 3 and he was like, I'm gonna reset him 3 times. Like, I get it. I get that type of play because man, does it feel. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! Don't even try to touch me, fam. Hakaishin.
Oh, please, Keycharge and grab him. Oh,
the somersault kick. Put him away one more time.
Packed him up. That was good. That was, you know what? Legendary Jago fought as they died with no regrets because that was woo-wee Hakaishin. That it takes a lot of control to play against a player like that where there's no rhyme, no reason, no risk, no reward, only game, only play.
You know, with Legendary Jago, he's from the Legendary clan, but with the way he plays, I feel like Reynolds had his time in Mexico and left behind the child that he doesn't know about because Jago is like straight out of that school.
But Jago's from Utah, Ringe.
Oh, he's not one of our Mexican players. Look at me, I'm dumb. So that's definitely, I mean, I would expect Reynolds to go more towards Mexico than Utah, but you never know. He could be a Jazz fan.
But here's the thing. He was in Utah for a Dragon Ball tournament for 1 weekend, which means that Jago, he was in the vicinity. It's like a radiation effect.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got too close to Reynolds. Now I'm a masher. That's wild. And, you know, we've been pressing a lot of buttons so far tonight, and these are the players that have been pressing the buttons the best so far. Obviously, Hakaishin has moved on to the Grand Finals winner side, sitting pretty after a good performance in the last fight nights as well. And in the loser side, 3 more competitors remain. And it's Juniper, Danny, and Legendary Jago.
Yeah, Jago going to be waiting for that winner of Juniper and Danny. Of course, you mentioned Danny. Definitely one of the favorites to take the whole thing. Was upset by Legendary Jago in that was a winner. It was our first match, actually, our second match total, but first round of action. And Danny, of course, had since taken down Emisupers, got Juniper standing in his way for a potential run back with the Legendary one himself.
Exactly. And that's one of the things you always want to try to achieve is like when you see them in your path again, the next time you meet, you've got to give it your all. You have to show them, be like, hey, thanks. I just wanted to play more games. Like that feels so good to do to somebody after you lose to them, because it's like, okay, I overcame it, and it's just like I figured it out. And that's hard to do in a tournament setting. So if we get to see the Legendary rematch, it's gonna have to be a quick adjustment. Because it's not, I mean, but the good thing is it's a 3 out of 5 for that one. So this time things might be different.
I definitely think Danny is salivating at that potential rematch because, as you mentioned, the extended bracket, the extended set, I should say, definitely going to give them an opportunity to figure out Jago a little bit more. Of course, with the intel already processed as well on a player like Danny, is going to be a scary situation for Jago if that run back takes place. But that is all contingent on if Danny defeats Juniper here in our loser semis, our last best of 3 set as well. So keep that in mind. You only got to get 2 dubs here to get into that losers finals, and everybody left is in the money.
Feels great to be in the money, and you want to add more to the wallet, and we're going to see who decides that there. I just had a thought, because we've been seeing a lot of Cell tonight, and I remember one of the original pairings was Cell and Android 16, very popular Shell. And, you know, 16, he has a move called Hell, and like Hell's Flash, and you're like, Cell. I'm like, why didn't we call that Shell Hell in a Cell?
Oh my God.
Like, what? I just thought about that, and I'm like, why didn't nobody think of that?
I dropped the ball. As the resident wrestling head, I feel like I dropped the ball. I'm sorry.
Dude, that's Hell in a Cell, but it's like with different, it's like NA Cell.
Oh my goodness, you are too correct. And then just as correct as Danny was to get this hit right here, Juniper on the wake up, just look at him for a second, then hit the L. And we know one thing about Cell, the extensions are there if the assists are available. So Juniper already a character down.
That was actually wild. I cannot believe how quick that went. And that's the power of this team, especially with the C assist backing it. Oh, you melt. Look. What?
Spin into C assist starter. Good luck, bro.
This is, yeah, 60%. Shank my hand. Wow.
You got one guess. Your character will die here, even in a Dragon Rush. And he showed him the cell assist, got him the block, and now Juniper. I mean, one of the quickest 2-character deaths I've ever seen in Dragon Ball.
That's like when your doctor distracts your child with the candy, and then they give them the shot in their leg, and they weren't ready.
Yeah.
But they were so distracted they didn't even know.
Poor
That's
Juniper.
I felt that there. I was like, what?
Juniper doesn't even get the consolation of a candy. No piece.
Oh, no!
Only in pieces, as a matter of fact. Danny crushing everything. The spirit, the mental, the physical.
Oh, my.
Okay. Oh, big 2H. This is the boy. Raid boss status here.
Z-Bully. He is not as strong as he used to be, but he can definitely get the job done still. Oh, it's a good attack. That's wild, Danny. I can't believe he was pressing there, and that should be it for the first game against Juniper. Should be able to finish. Oh, no, it's not going to be enough. It's going to be so close. Dragon Rush. Never mind. Dead. Totally dead.
Yeah, with the Dragon Rush extension afterwards. Gonna be able to do it. Yeah, that press from Danny was a little strange. It looked like 5S. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it was like a execution error on a reflect or what, but either way, it doesn't matter. Danny was ahead enough to afford a slight mistake there at the end, especially with how clean they were playing besides that, to take the lead.
Yeah, really, really loved that play right there. And, you know, we talked about how strong of a character Broly was. It made me laugh because I remember talking to one of my friends, asked Hiroki about Broly at Evo when she was there. And she just said, "I'm sorry."
That's cop like, oh man.
And I was like, Hiroki, you're my favorite. He was too strong. Like, I was just like, yeah, thanks, Hiroki. Why? Because he was like, why did you remove Broly from the game? I'm sorry. Somebody tells you that about your main, you're like, wow. It hurts. And Juniper trying to... Oh, no, you weren't.
Right, that's how I would feel. You would have told me that.
Man.
Like, wow.
And Juniper with the complete team change. Other than... Yeah, I mean, Cell's still there, but now it's... Yeah, it's Team Shanks.
The based one. Oh, you're right. See if he's got some Shanks tech, maybe catch him off guard a little bit. Oh, trying to mess him up with that tick sequence. Went with the instant air dash afterwards, but no, that key blast getting stuck.
I mean, maybe this is a team that is just comfort for Juniper as well. And this is a very strong team. I really like this team. If I was going to play base Vegeta, I'd probably play this team. But that is not how you want to play on defense.
Yeah, exactly. The guard cancel towards the end of that gives Danny that window to cancel into the 2H. Was ready.
And you can't take that risk of a defensive position, especially against a character like Labcoat, knowing when she can 2H and how she can stop any empty vanish attempt easily.
Yeah, stuffing all of that in again. Because of the sparking and the way the hit started, it's going to take 3 hits instead of 2 to kill this character. But Danny, ever optimal here, always putting himself in prime position, already vanquishing the Janemba.
That was swift and destructive. Now, Juniper not looking great in this second game. I can't believe that Danny didn't get the spin off there, because that would have been a TOD on the assist. Oh, wow. The anti-air standing 2L. She needs it.
One of the many tools that cause so many players trouble.
Oh, 6M.
All day with the C assist extension. I mean, there's no more assist to extend here, so I can't imagine he's dead, but I mean, there is 6 bars on deck, so he might be.
Oh, he definitely is.
Dead.
Bro, Cell's coming in. He says, maximum power. You're done.
And once again, like 2 touched on the second character. Danny is so optimal.
You can't get hit by anything here. Danny will spark and you will die. Oh, maybe not. I lied. That was the worst starter.
I was going to say, one of the few things that you're actually going to live through, a beam starter and a vanish. Besides that, though, there's not many hits left on the table that Juniper is going to be able to survive. He does guard cancel vanish there, but still such a mountain to overcome.
And this is such a bad matchup for base Vegeta. He's not allowed to really throw Ki Blast against the spins, but going for another reset, I am not sure what was going through Juniper's head there, but just like that, Danny cleared it all up. The doctor's in, and you've been released from Dragon Ball FighterZ Sony Fight Nights.
Indeed. Shouts to Juniper, though. They did get into the money with that 4th place finish. So going home with a piece of change for their efforts. Definitely a good showing. But you ran into one of the heaviest hitters possible. Danny, an unexpected player to already be down there in the losers bracket before losers finals, to be honest with you. But they have shown exactly why. 2-0 over their previous opponent. 2-0 over Juniper here. And now has found themselves in a run back with legendary Jago.
Oh yeah, and this is what we were looking for. We were looking to see the run back happen once again, because the story of the first set was, I believe, that Danny just really underestimated legendary Jago. And when legendary Jago made that Goku Black comeback, like, even though he was able to adjust in the second game, that gave more than enough time for Jago to adapt right back. And that's what we have to be cognizant now, because the slate is wiped clean. We have 3 games that you have to win. I feel like if the first set was that like whoever gets 3 games first, we would have had a game 5. I feel like we would have had a game 5. So yeah. This one is going I feel like it's going to go the distance unless Danny is like turned it on, and it looks like he's playing pretty hot right now. I'm not going to lie.
That's what I'm scared of as well. If I had to put money on it, I honestly think Danny might 3-0 here, just because they look like such a monster right now in the losers bracket. They got those 3 games of intel in the winners bracket set up against legendary Jago as well. But I could be making the same mistake that Danny did in that initial set, right? Underestimating Jago. They have done tremendous so far, and they have a style that once they get cracking, it can actually like completely destroy the opponent's mental on top of being very effective. So it could definitely either be an even set. I can see anything happening. I really don't know what is about to happen.
I am just, fingers crossed that we're still going to be having some great sets. And I mean, these expectations should be met, especially with the level of these players. So, man, oh man. Once again, legendary Jago, Slick Rick, 28 from Utah. This is some good reactions you got there. Power of the Flames on YouTube. Make sure you give a shout out to legendary Jago. Like, just wonderful names. Again, playing Triple Fusion, top tier names, top tier teams. I need somebody to clip me saying that so I can send it to Posey. Shout outs to Posey, Dragon Ball community. Goku Black, top 1 character. Yep.
Top 1, the best
character, and seemingly one of the best in Mexico right here. Danny showing up strong in a plethora of tournaments, showing up strong at Thunderstruck in previous fight nights, and a constant staple in the Dragon Ball scene from Mexico. I mean, like we said, he's playing hot, and I feel if momentum goes his way, I think Jago just slowly just overextends themselves offensively, and they just explode, where it's gonna get real bad.
Yeah, that's really the scary issue, right? Is I kind of want to see how Danny approaches this at the start of the set. See if they kind of give Jago that room to be over aggressive, and they're just going to sit back and try to react to a lot of their offense, or if Danny wants to impose their will like we saw in the second game over Jago. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I just don't know how Danny really is, like what their mindset is kind of coming into those losers finals. I think their confidence is there, but how they're going to start it, I'm pretty clueless, honestly.
Yeah, man. And again, it's not like a typical setup that we would see where it's mostly a Goku Black dominated match for both of the players. So it's strange because they have a different way that they want to fulfill their win condition, and you can play it in so many different ways too. Like you can go for heavy gimmick style, you can go for heavy zoning into reactions. So we'll see. And I mean, that's also in the future. I know that Danny also has a Goku Black. He has one.
Man, imagine.
It's in the pocket.
If
It's in
that's
the pocket.
message that is going to be sent, that
I'm
would
just
be
better than
something.
you on my secondary.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't think he pulls it out. But I'm ready for Jago.
You have Jago considering which team to play. You can see both the teams that he's been rocking, flashing on the screen now. It's been back and forth, depending on the L, depending on the dub. We'll see what Jago's going to start out with. Danny, of course, the tried and true has been looking super clean. We see the damage output on this team. It's ridiculous. Everybody's getting two-touched off damn near any hit. So there's no reason for Danny really to switch up the game plan considering the momentum going forward. Jago coming off of that 3-1 in Winners Finals, right? They're looking to compose themselves a little bit more, try to bounce back, maybe try to kind of get back onto that correct page of committing to these defensive options, right? That's kind of what cost them in that Winners Finals stage. Just didn't get the correct reads enough and then kind of cracked towards the end when it was just in neutral. We saw his opponent just lie in wait and kind of bait him into that over-aggression.
Yeah.
He's got to check himself before he gets into danger again.
Yeah, I think it's important to establish that layer that you're willing to block, you're willing to play clean and not swing. Because then when you change the dial and flip the switch, it's a lot harder to deal with. Because if you're too linear, I know how to read that book. It's all in one line right there. Easy. This one's in Arabic. I can't read that. Help.
Imagine one day. I truly think Arabic is the coolest looking language. I don't know why you picked that one, but I always thought it was like the coolest looking.
Arabic sounds the closest to a barik, like a barik.
Yeah.
That was my thought process.
That was a Stretch Armstrong, but one that I'm a fan of for sure. Oh no, I don't look at that. It's exactly what we talked about. Danny using to lion wave, bait Jago into that over aggression and hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, and just like that, the depths have been reached. All right, we're at critical cabin pressure because Legendary Jago getting two-touched once again. Danny fulfilling the mission that the team is thought out to complete right there. All right, that is some XP for Labco right there. She can now make sensu beans on the battlefield.
The mission order objective finished. First character in the bank already. No sparking necessary, of course. This team just outputs damage like that. And now the challenge afterwards. Danny's one of those players, very top tier in caliber. You're not going to catch them with too many of these baby shenanigans like you did some of the others.
Oh, and that 50-50 was so hard to block, Danny. Dude, he is just finding every single hit. And Legendary Jago has just been holding onto the spark almost every time just to save the Goku Black. And again, now it's just stuck in Goku Black. But if Danny gets the right starter with Spark, this is a perfect.
Yeah, 100%. I wonder if they're going to go for a perfect. No. Didn't want to go for the Hail Mary at the beginning. Again, this is one of the starters that's going to be minimal damage. But Danny's going to set himself up for one touch, one kill after this. Feel good. The perfect still intact. Oh my God, the 5S just came out. It's ruined now, but it might as well be a hood perfect because the only thing that he touched was that guard cancel.
Oh, not gonna be enough just yet. I'm not sure why.
I thought he was definitely gonna spark and kill him off, but
oh my God,
another chance.
Careful there, staying on the ground. Big spin, but it didn't. What? Spin lost?
I love how shocked you are, as you should be. Rightfully so.
There it is. That's what happened earlier. It's just the timer skip. Timer skip forward.
The descending jump H was the only non-guard cancel thing to hit for Jago that round. So definitely a tough start. Danny is kind of starting this set how we expected him to.
Yeah, that was violent. That was a very, very dominant first set. It just felt like Danny was going through the motions. Yeah, he was just going through the motions. And when you have a player that gets in their flow where it's like, this is how I want to approach my offense, and like when everything hits the first time, this is how it feels. That's what Danny just did.
Yeah, exactly. Danny, you can see the lightning starting to spark off his eyes. Like he is definitely getting in the zone. And right now, Jago it's just so tough to stop this caliber of player with this deadly of a team when they're in the zone like that. So he's going to be looking to enter in his own space to try to step the game up a little bit, because he's got to dig deep to stop the stuff that Danny is doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, taking the time to change up the characters, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what we're.
I imagine he's going to at least try the baby. Yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing about this team too, because the improvements that Goku Black has gotten, and then Baby as well, they just both their Ki Blast just hard lose to 21. It's so hard. It's so dang hard to play that. Same thing with Gotenks as well. Like Gotenks 6S and like one of his most mobile tools in the air, you're not allowed to use that anymore. Beyblade loses to spin. EX punches loses to spin. It's like, wow, this is, oh boy, all my tools. But all my Gokus and all my heart to win this match is what we're seeing from Legendary Jago, potentially.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think we saw Danny as well kind of already expose some of those games, right? Even without the Android 21, we saw a good response with the cell, the super dash, through the Ki Blast before. So, I mean, he is not going to be caught off guard, like we said.
Exactly. Same side SD comes out immediately. First time Danny representing that on offense and already looking good. Similar story to the first game. Oh my God. Every first layer decision is connecting, and that's why the overhead hit. The Dragon Rush was just insurance.
Exactly. Oh no. And then again, just taking him down. We see the counter hit come up on screen. Jago try to do something. I mean, Goku's got a plethora of things he could do on Wake Up, but whatever it was not the answer.
Ooh, and that is confidence starting to come out of Danny, because this is the first time he did EX Perfect Attack round start. He knows that Jago is afraid.
And again, we saw this at the beginning, right? Kind of just doing the instant air backdash full screen, trying to bait him into a super dash. Play on him being impatient. That time he did catch a super dash, but with the beam.
Yeah, just exactly what you said. It feels like Jago doesn't know how to play against the player that'll just hold back like this. It's like, oh, you're not going to interact with me? And it's not giving me the situations that I want. And we're seeing that Jago just is stuck. And Danny has been the first one willing to just block in those situations.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of players who have been willing to slug it out with Jago up until this point. Danny with a good adjustment, but Jago finds a big reflect into whiff punish.
Patience, no 2H from the side of Jago, and again, the raw beam connects. I think it's because Jago is consistently trying to go to this guy, and Danny's identified that, so he's just like, I'll just throw ground beam. It's hit you once, dodge it this time. Oh my God, that was cheeky.
Oh yeah, that was gross. Staying right there, like the same altitude with him, and then falls as he thinks he's gonna hit him with an overhead, hits him low. Great mix from Danny.
He's dead. He's dead.
Man, Danny never leaving a crumb on the table. Man, finishes the whole plate. Combos like he just got out of jail.
That was wild. My man is full. His heart, his soul is full, and he's free. But not as free as Jago right now.
Yeah, definitely. Jago, it's looking rough. He's got the protagonist, the man that changed the game. Oh my Lord. Despite him changing the game, he was not the one that beat Cell, that's for sure.
Oh, just continues to get reset. Just take the normal route. He doesn't. I love it, the way that Jago plays, because he'll drop something and then he picks it right back up as if it was like the same optimal combo. And I'm like, bro, he's reset. Just kill him.
Jago definitely is like always ready. For things to go wrong. He somehow is very comfortable in those scenarios. But either way, Danny gonna put a stop to all that. Not high damage, but it's all about the control here. That's what's most important.
Not having the similar Ghost Oki that existed before, one of the strongest tools for Gotenks. You just have to start playing differently. And it's like everybody's coming up with these different setups in the corner. And okay, all right, you know what? I said that Danny had that jab. You know, he was that guy. Jago gets the reverse jab on the super dash, but it doesn't matter. That was sick. I don't care that he lost. That was sick.
Yeah, I love Jago showing that he's like, no, bro, I'm on that level too. Don't think you could do that for free on me. But great stuff. He even had the 2H right there, but Danny had the wherewithal to delay the response on the super dash just a little bit. And that ended up throwing off the timing, taking a 2-0 lead here in our first of three.
Yeah, that was sick. I love that, because that was super high level back and forth, and it looked like Danny was clearly like inching too far ahead. And then Jago showed us that like he was capable, and that was such a short range super dash too. So capable of getting that pickup.
Yeah, true.
Like that was like a quarter of the screen, and my man said, "No,
yeah,
no raw tag." Like that's hard, and still falling to Danny. Like that's just another testament to like how strong Danny is and how well put together his team is. So maybe we see another change from Legendary Jago, but really showing promise on the Gokus.
That is the mark of a solid Dragon Ball player, though. That's like one where I'm like, oh no, you a Dragon Ball player for real. When you are able to like air to air, jump L, the super dashes consistently, that I'm like, okay, you know how to play the game. Because yeah, exactly, because it is very hard. Even with us knowing that that is like a proper response, like 5 to 6 years into the game, it is still not a consistently doable thing for a majority of the talent pool. Like it is a very, very difficult thing to pull off. So seeing both of these players do that here in losers finals, you know, we got some skills on the table.
And that's what I love to see when we get to this point in the bracket with everything on the line. If you're not stepping up with that level of ability, you're not going to be able to move forward. It's hard. And it looks like we're going back to the Vegito. Back to the Vegito. And you know, I like the adjustment. It's going to be hard though. You cannot, it's the same problem that we saw from Boyka earlier, where you lose the point and your shell just doesn't have a lot of potential.
Definitely, a team that needs to be kept together right there. That 2H response is getting shut down by the C assist though.
No drop.
What? The 2H frame trap?
I don't have words.
I was waiting for you to elaborate and you're just like, I am lost. I am lost at sea. I don't know what's going on.
There's like 4 more buttons he's supposed to press before 2H.
There's a fog and I cannot get through it.
Any frame trap would have done it, but that was the one that hurt the most. That was the Red Foreman.
All the way up the rectum, bro.
All the way up.
Level 3 for the knockdown. Oh my lord, he faked the most electrifying move. That was thunderous.
That mix is one of the best mix-ups in the game. And it makes me want to play Cell every time I see it, because it's so dang good.
The Wakanda Forever in theaters soon. Okay, the beam's falling up. Oh, backdash. He got a range of the 21 auto combo.
Jago's trying, man. He's trying.
Yeah, good awareness.
Full extension. And doesn't reach. Oh, that little run out of the corner, too. Danny always aware, but fighting off a little more than he can chew. That reflect isn't going to be able to get him killed, but good pickup. You don't reach up that. There's no way.
What? You are kidding me, fam. You have to be kidding me. What an answer. You have no words. I don't even know.
He did what? I have so many questions.
It worked, dude.
I know it did.
It would have hit me. It would have hit Goichi. It would have hit Sonic. It don't matter, bro. Would have hit Fred.
That was electric. Is what that was.
Yeah. Would have hit Shanks. Would have hit Yasha. It really doesn't matter.
Insane. Yep, the X Perfect attacks out. We're trying to wait patiently. Jago is just swinging. Like,
that's his game, bro.
Dude,
that's what he's doing.
Just push the button every second.
My man's just leaving the keys in the bowl. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my goodness, I can't, bro.
Oh, both key blasts. Passing like 2 ships in the night here. Oh, the reflect, but he tried to do something after, and as you mentioned, that crouch jam, it goes so far. You can't do nothing after your first reflect.
Little reset right there. That was cheeky. Again, gets picked up by the raw key blast.
Okay.
Yeah, big extension. No, but the drop! You can't be dropping. What?
Oh, and we saw Danny try to escape earlier. He blocked when he walked out of the corner. This time gets clocked.
No way. He still had that extension. All right, this Jago, you're nasty. It doesn't even kill, though. It doesn't kill. Oh, wait, no, it's a double super. It does! No, it doesn't work!
Disappointing. Jago now has to hit the little wrap one more time.
You called him disappointing, Jago.
I didn't mean to like that.
Oh, no, but it was so funny. That's how I heard it. He's not legendary anymore. He's disappointing, Jago.
Oh,
It's the legend returns.
Yes. Let's get it. He is legend. I am him. Can he be him? We'll see. Oh, the cross up into the assist call. You talked about it. The Nihon Classic.
Oh, God. Lock down again. You have to be so careful. No more frame trap. And you're dead.
Frame trap is there. Jago fighting tooth and nail for his life. No safety net here. No L can be had if he wants to stay alive.
I mean, it's how Cell felt when Goku stepped away. He's like, what? Why are you leaving, Goku? Like, because I'm sending you to my son to kill you. You're done. Get off the stage. It's me, Goku. And he just shudders. He's like, that thing scares me. We're going right back into it. Jago?
We talked about it. Jago is potentially the legendary son of another legendary player. You never know. He could be the one.
Oh my God. Or not. Tick up. It's happening again.
Indeed, Danny. Back at it. This is a good sign, though. Jago not just crumbling. What a block, too.
Oh, my frame trap with the rolling crush, and he put the 2H in the same spot. Why? What do I not know? What have I been missing?
That's one of my favorite spots to be in as a commentator. When you see this stuff, like, you're like, nah, bro. Like, I study this game. I know this game. Why do I not know what's happening here?
So confused. No, the range. Far. Yeah. I mean, it's still safe, so.
Yeah, right.
Worst. Jago, you just keep going, man. I can't believe it. He said, most risky move, super dash against Lab Coat. There's no fear. There is no fear.
God. I can't believe it. And the Banshee Blast coming through to rear its head and stuff it. After just chaos.
If you're just joining and you don't understand why I'm tripping out about Jago, because you don't have the context. You don't have the context.
Oh, we're seeing decisions made, choices being had. Nobody that I've seen has been brave enough to make.
Bravery isn't everything, because as we can see, there's one character on the ground and one that's looking perfect. Danny, again, in control, on the point war. Can he make this? I mean, I saw it happen earlier. It definitely can happen again.
It most definitely can right now.
It's the run back for a reason.
Oh my goodness. Okay, doesn't get a solid hit. Doesn't get a solid hit off of that one either. Give Jago some more chances to play at this Goku here. You could have lost a lot of life. He's got his assist back now. As soon as he does, though, he gets the beam. Thought Step would fall into it. Oh, does get that one, though, on point.
Read the future. Trying to go through again. Oh, gets the big block, but it doesn't matter. Frame trap. If you hit me with a 5H, I got one too.
Exactly.
Can't kill here if he's optimal. Oh yeah, you're super dead.
Only one bar. Yes, sir. Very nice from Jago here. Just like that. Very even game.
Super Saiyan Goku just pumps out damage. It's like he's season 1 damage again. Yeah. Just different routes. Instead, you're doing the same. You're doing the same Kamehamehas, but they don't count the bar anymore.
Yeah, it's like the damage he got off of the double level 1 without the double level 1. But Danny, the scramble not going his way this time. Or excuse me, Jago, the scramble not going his way this time. Danny ready with the anti-air.
Yeah, really rough situation because, you know, opted to stay on the Super Saiyan Goku when you could have tagged and spend the bar to get the Goku Black in, and now it's an Anchor versus 2. And this is a very hard matchup for Goku Black unless he just immediately wins neutral and Danny doesn't spin.
Oh, yeah, he didn't let the fireball go that time. He was expecting the spin, and he finds the hit. All right, how we got set up shop. He does take the level 3. Put the damage on him.
Now Danny gonna put him in a one-touch situation. Do you spark here? Yes, you do, but waited. And this spin is exactly what I mentioned before. Jago has constantly acted after those empty vanishes. And the spin, it's all you need to win.
Exactly.
One more touch will do it. And there it is.
The stagger right there, going back to that stand light as you mentioned before. Pop the sparking to give him as much meter as necessary. Danny could be taking this 3-1, the stomp of death.
That is what we expected coming into this. And nothing against Jago. It was just the way that Danny had started to warm up in the losers bracket and how we saw Jago perform on the winner's side. So falling to third place, still a great position to be in. Legendary Jago had a great performance here at the Sony PlayStation Fight Nights at compete.playstation.com. Absolutely love seeing that. And our favorite of the tournament defeats the player to watch for this fight night.
Indeed. Yeah, the explosiveness from Jago's gameplay, I'm a big fan, 100%. Like, it definitely instantly became one of my favorite Dragon Ball FighterZ players from this fight night. And I hope they continue to play. I don't know how long they've been playing Dragon Ball or fighting games, but yeah, they have a lot of the pieces already to become a very serious threat. So if they keep working at it, keep the experience up and shoring up some of those weaknesses, I mean, I have no doubt we'll see them back here at this placing and beyond.
Yeah, I absolutely love to see that from new players. And our, with all the players that we've watched and all the matches we've seen, we've only got one left. And if you're just joining us, this has been the story of the tournament so far. Hakaishin and Boyka getting by with a bye. And then Juniper falling over to Emisupers and Danny falling over to Legendary Jago. Round 1, where Danny then proceeded to beat by Emisupers, Juniper, and Legendary Jago. All of those were 2-0s minus the match against Legendary Jago, which was a 3-1. And Hakaishin had a pretty clean path all the way up to the side of grand finals. And Hakaishin 3-1 to Legendary Jago as well. So playing to the level we expected from Hakaishin, and then Danny comes back and plays to that level and matches the score as well for his future opponent now.
Indeed, Danny right back where we expected him to be at the beginning of the bracket. Grand finals by hook or by crook. And this time he's going to have to go through a whole set to take down Hakaishin, who was nice and warmed up himself, right? Defeating both of his opponents, only dropping a single game in the process both times. So we're going to see if he can do a similar performance up against Danny. It's definitely going to be tough. Danny has looked on fire since losing that first set. And as you mentioned, yeah, I mean, at Jago, we kind of expected Danny to come out so hot, but that's just because of how clean he looked up against Juniper. I mean, he was wrecking shop left and right. So Hakaishin, he's got to be prepared for a lot of momentum. I want to see if he tries to slow it down at the beginning or just try to take control of the wheel and let the tempo work for him.
Yeah, man, oh man. Ooh, I am looking forward to this grand finals because it's going to be a tell of what would have happened if Danny was on the other side of the bracket, right? Like that's what it's going to look like, because even though they both got a 3-1 against Legendary Jago, and maybe it was about the place where they played each other, which had different mental stack and everything under the sun, because he played him winners where it was 3 out of 5, and we mentioned that before they played the first time against Jago. If it was 3 out of 5, it would have gone to game 5. But with the 3 out of 5, obviously we didn't have to see that from Hakaishin. And oh man, one match to go, and if I choose right now, I'm taking Hakaishin. I think he's going to take it. I think Hakaishin is going to take it just with how he's been playing through the winner side. Even though Danny's playing really hot, this is new blood, and I they're definitely hungry for this.
And you talked about it being a 3 out of 5 set, and just to highlight something before we completely get done talking about Jago, is that a player like that as well, that is very explosive, it's super pressuring to play against them in a 2 out of 3 set, because that 1-1 is such a different mental stack than it is in a 3 out of 5. That is immediately you're there, and the pressure is just weighing on you so heavily to try to contain this person that is just bringing out stuff and ideas that you're not used to. So now that they both kind of made it to that promised land of 3 out of 5, you can see how they handle someone as explosive. Now, both of these players are extremely solid. They're going to have that extended set to try to gather as much intel as possible on one another. And we're going to see who can kind of implement their game plan a little bit quicker. think it's going to be tough. You like Hakaishin, the way he's playing definitely looks very ferocious, can definitely take the first place himself. Danny on the other side, very hot coming out of loser's bracket. It's going to be a good grand final.
Oh, yeah. Loving it so far. And I mean, we always love Dragon Ball and we love more matches. So the competitor in me wants to see Danny take Hakaishin to the brink. And, you know, we don't get to decide that because the destiny is in the players' hands. This is PlayStation Fight Nights Dragon Ball FighterZ Grand Finals with Danny on the loser side, having to overcome Hakaishin on the winner's side. 3 out of 5, 2 sets. Can you overcome the deficit? Can you make the run?
That is indeed a beautiful color, Goku Black. I always like that quote.
It's a good one.
Now you see both of these players, right? You see the Dragon Ball fundamentals in both of them here. Letting their assist do a lot of the work, trying to play that chicken in the air. And as soon as you block, I'll test you with a Dragon Rush nice and early.
Yeah, and I like that because now that puts another layer of mental stack on the side of Hakaishin. And guess what? If the 50-50 won't hit, I'll hit you with the funny green circle.
And again, yeah, that's building it up, right? That's already 2 Dragon Rushes he's eating, so you know it's going to be more at the forefront of his mind, but we're slugging it out here. Better make sure that hit connects solidly or else I'm going to challenge. Both of these players getting super dashed on, though, and Danny picking up the hit again.
Very big pickup from Danny, and it was a lofty 2-touch, but it eventually happened off these scrambles and trades. Hakaishin losing the point war. Goku Black is gone, no sparking. It looks like Danny, you know when you set up back to the setup and you think your opponent changed on like the head-to-head cap, but it was really just the same guy who put the quarters back down. He's like, oh, I'm just winning the same way again? That's wild. Wow. I can't believe he doubled down, but nope, not the situation because Hakaishin's fighting back.
That was wild too. That was like an air smash that hit the spin, just stuffed it.
So good. I do think that Zamasu is one of the best characters at dealing with lab coat because of the way his 2H functions and the Oki that he can create. My God, he just what again? What are you doing?
He just 2H'd him on his wake up and it worked. Yeah, what's in the sauce here, Jake Ryan? What's the secret that they're cooking up?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's some kind of sensu and garbanzo bean soup because they heal every time they make a mistake. They heal every time they take a risk. So nothing's a risk.
Oh,
there's only reward.
Now you're getting into the philosophizing again. You're scaring me.
I know. The inner workings of a Dragon Ball player's brain. In my dissertation, in my TED Talk.
The ultimate power is shown right here. Straight through the Zamasu Fused Edition, more like Dead Edition. Gogeta SS4, Last Hope.
Trying, super dash right there. Maybe a missed super input because you can go for raw level 3 off of that, but maybe went for the wrong button combination because you can only do that version of the level 3 when you're level 7. So that's all I think would come out there unless it was just a late super dash. And too late, too sorry. Danny gonna win that first game pretty convincingly. No spark needed either.
Oh yeah, just the stomp into the super, finish it up like the 9-5. And Danny has clocked in and clocked out of so many times here with that lab code 21. Already off to a lead here. Of course, he's got to win a whole first set for the reset to even be a possibility. I mean, the momentum on his side is wild.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. And again, not slowing down. Oh, big clash to start the match. I like that.
The elbow and the foot. Tale of 2 appendages.
Elbows and toes, maybe a command throw.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, and there's the elbow.
Now you better watch your toes next time. You got cracked high, don't get cracked low.
I'm gonna scream.
Oh, this assist. Oh, slid on in for that conversion too. That just looked cool as hell.
I love the way those combos look at all times. Guess per character.
Good luck.
It was low. It was elbows, toes, and lows.
My goodness, Danny, the manipulation. That's how you condition an opponent right there. Oh, man, his hair is looking crisp. Oh, right behind them, of course, with the assist. We've seen him pull out the old school once or twice, and that is a prime time to do it, right? Because it also avoids the projectile that was coming his way.
I feel like my brain is expanding right now on this matchup because Cell has so many perfect answers to catch Zamasu in the air when he tries to fly. You literally, that's so... Am I a Cell player?
You got to deal with Zayn a lot of the time. You might need to become one.
That's where, Mike, there's neurons are firing. Write this down, write this down. Oh my God, Hakaishin! Write that down, write that down.
With the aggression, take some notes, young man. Oh, and again, he set up shot, letting the lightning do the heavy lifting, but he couldn't get the conversion he was looking for. That's going to give Danny a huge opportunity here. We know how this goes. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to guess for your character. Let's see how it goes.
Reset? Nah, goes for level 3, so now it's a high-low. What is your defensive option going to be? Are you RPSing or are you trying to be clean?
Oh, man, it's a low, right? Okay.
Oh!
In this nigh. Oh, and catches him trying the easy way out. No reflex after that.
Knockdown once again, likely going into blades. Yes, every time you have that bar, you spend that level 1 to go for the mix. Good blocks, though. Finally, the reflect works out, and the C assist lets you continue your turn. 6M has so consistently connected on Hakaishin, and Danny looking to make a swift 2-0 a quick reality.
6M always reliable. Something that has remained a staple of opening up an opponent, no matter the quality of them. And Danny once again here, complete control, 2 assists at his beck and call, 1 already available with the cell if he wants it. And looking to try to set him up in like a spacing trap, found the way out.
Playing it so patient too. I love this from Danny, not overextending, knowing the ranges that Hakaishin can commit, and what a good spacing trap right there with the cross up. You just land with the L and it's so hard to deal with, and it's going to be even more difficult to make this comeback. And like you said, you know, any quality of player can get hit by 6M.
Yep.
Anyone. It doesn't matter. It's the great equalizer. All right. Everyone is nuts. If everyone has a 6M, then nothing special. And that's why it's so hard to deal with, because everybody has it, and it's a layer that, like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't just overhead me slowly.
Right? There's so many options in this game for block string sequences specifically, like with the assist calls and the specials and just the way key blasts and smashes work. Like, there's a lot of variation to your block strings. So when the overheads come out just in the middle of all that possible nonsense, it's gonna forever remain difficult to block.
Yep. It's a 2-touch territory, and Hakaishin recognizes that immediately and sparks. Very good decision.
Indeed, Hakaishin. Let's see if he can make something happen with this sparking offensively at the very least.
Oh, no. Yep.
Oh,
ran out of options.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is good defense here, but oh, yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. And it's precisely because, Ray, as you mentioned, Hakaishin, he's been running these Goku Black block strings. Oh my goodness, the 2H getting 2 of them, but instead he's just gonna vanish and hopefully kill off the spell here. The meter penalty killed his 2-bar build, and Danny trying to hold on to the spell.
Oh my goodness, doesn't matter. I thought he was gonna get 2H with every fiber of my being, and he didn't. Lucked out right there. Looking good now for Danny. No spark either side. You get this hit, you kill Gogeta 4, and you win the point war. It's gonna be hard. And it happens again. We go low, elbows and toes. That's how it continues to go down. Hakaishin down a character, down 2 games, and might be down a set soon.
I just love the confidence from Danny right there, right? He kept the cell in despite him being 1 hit away from death. He was like, bro, I got you in a position where this mix, I don't think you're gonna block it. And he was correct.
Sometimes you just gotta, it feels good to be right.
Praise me. Praise me. No, not when Android 21 Lab calling fam. She's the top.
Lockdown once again.
Oh, the 2H as well, bro.
Oh my goodness. And that's so good. You get another full extension. You don't even need the extra life back, but now level 2 will do it. So spent 3. I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe the preserved team order? Potential. Actually, you know what? That might have been why, because now if Gotenks somehow dies, Sella is in the back. That I might be wrong, but that would, you had it with 2 bars. So
yeah, definitely right. Like this, you never know what could happen. Like one character can die off of a couple of good reads from Hakaishin, and then Cell just dies in one hit. Like all of a sudden, the momentum is just hard body in the other side, right? So I think this is a precaution taken from Danny, and considering the meter that he still had even after that, well worth it.
100%. And it takes a lot of awareness to be thinking about that decision in that moment. So love that. If that was the reason, I'd love to confirm it. And still keeping this team order the same. You're still stuck. You can't escape here.
Vanish on vanish. We keep our advantage.
And the thing is, no bar now.
Yep, exactly. Oh, try to do something afterwards, but all he's gonna do is reset the bracket after taking 3 straight L's. Danny out here right now.
Even child ones are not to be underestimated.
Yeah.
I meant she was the top tier, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page.
She is. The toppest of tiers.
Indeed. The 21 lab coats.
Yes. That's her.
Not to be played with whatsoever. Hakaishin now. It is 3 games of intel on his side of the park, though, right? So hopefully he could put those to good use. That is the luxury of being in the winner side of grand finals. You get that first set that even if it's a struggle, you really find out how the opponent plays. So this could be a bounce back. Danny's still looking like a monster. We'll see.
Yeah. As soon as Danny got sent out of losers bracket, it has been a tear. Blow up after blow up where Danny has just, everything started clicking and the aggression has worked out. So I'm going to need to see Hakaishin make some big adjustments and be able to be okay with slowing it down the way that Danny has been slowing it down. Also, just the way his mix has been really good, like very good. Just changing his offensive approach. It's been hard to deal with. Like watching it and knowing how it feels to play against it, I'm like, wow, this is a lot to think about, and it keeps connecting. So I like playing and watching is completely different. So I can't imagine. Like unless I was in the zone, we're getting mixed too, guys. Like it's happening.
Yeah. There's definitely like moments with what Danny presents where you kind of just have to like pick an option and hope for the best. Like that's the kind of nasty stuff he's got and that he's able to put you into. And that's why we see him kind of establish these like quick hits early, right? Like what we saw in that first game of the set. He kind of did the air block, jump L's, and then immediately went into Dragon Rush, because what's going to get him or what's going to net him after the Dragon Rush is that mixed up opportunity that is so tough to get out of. So Danny is completely okay with like taking a small combo to start it off with, because the subsequent sequences are going to be nasty.
Yeah, and the setup that you have where it's like just get that touch, and then you set up and you're good. Like that's it, and you know that you can get a kill on that. Those are so potent, because any stray hit that you convert, you then have the confidence that your opponent knows, or maybe they don't know, that they die on the next hit.
Yeah, if they don't know, they're going to learn real fast going up against Danny. Oh, no. Yeah, no counter there. Maybe holding up back after the assist. They're still locked down. I don't know. And he was crouching, so.
Yep, again, finally park the people's elbows and just raw 2H right there. Not the option.
Yeah, betting big on a back-to-back instant air dash, I presume.
Sometimes you got to bet, and that's a defensive style we've seen from Hakaishin so far. Utilizing the spark to escape. Nice defense so far from the side of Danny. How do you try to escape? Look for the super dash eventually, but nope. Holds on to it. One more mix. That was hard.
Yeah, most definitely. Built on the hard knock. Knock his dome piece off. Just locking him down here. Goes with the low that time. Danny not going to get hit. Mixed himself.
That hurt. Raw tagged right under. And Hakai thought it was his turn, and now it's one touch for the red Gogeta. and he doesn't have spark. Like, what?
He deleted him, bro. Oh, and the overheads. He assists as well. And the best part about this is he's getting the kill, so he doesn't even have to wait for that long C assist cooldown to come back.
Man, so such a good situation. Gets the kill. You know, Lab Coat being so strong is like, it's a hard thing for the game, but it's also, I like having characters this strong. I guarantee you, if they made her this strong, but she was like a goofy item character, everybody would love her. Like, she just uses like lab experiments, and like her Dragon Rush is like a puff of smoke or something. Like, yeah. I've had some wild ideas concept-wise. I'm like, what if she was like a total human, but same power level because of in-universe rules? Like, but could body them because she's funny science powers.
Well, nonetheless, this is the mad scientist we got. The experiments are being done on Hakaishin right now. You're gonna see how he handles 4 straight L's.
Don't get to Grand's winner side and take the 6-0. Oh my god! Yikes!
Man's got here. She extended the leg to the sky right there. Hit him with her thigh. Danny up 1-0 in the reset bracket. 4 straight games. This is a look in the roof.
I mean, she's the top dog at the gym on leg day for a reason. That was
Roman Reigns.
The way she kicks through you with the heels. That's it hurts. That's a rough one. God, man, oh man. What a good series we've had so far. 4 games in a row. Can he sweep and get the 6? Hakaishin already doing better in this point war immediately.
Yeah,
compared to the first set. No!
You can't super dash from the skies like that. Danny is too ready. Ends up flubbing the mix up there, but obviously going to keep the pressure going regardless. Had the Android 21 assist to cancel into, but chose not to.
Down full screen super dash again. Hakaishin has not 2H'd in any of these scenarios, and Danny is just abusing that fact. Oh no!
Rough situation to be in again. Picking him up. Ooh, beautiful side swap as well.
Getting closer and closer to the corner now. This Oki situation is terrifying. Had to spark. And gets picked up by the Key Blast anyways. That's even worse because now your valuable spark times, your valuables are being stolen.
Hakaishin, I'd like to switch to Zamasu too, but we're not going to see Zamasu for much longer. Oh, man.
That was such a funny save jump. I don't even think it was a save jump.
Like, we saw him really get plagued by these super dashes and being a little bit over aggressive with them. That's why I kind of like the Zamasu, because he wasn't so quick to do that. He'd rather fly a little bit, but still, it's not going to matter here. Does get a hit on Cell. Man just dashed into nothing.
Oh, man.
Oh, tried for the tick Dragon Rush, but Danny, again, proving the defense has been too solid.
Yeah, quite difficult to make this comeback, but still, Danny is putting in so much work. He has been making so many great decisions in this set so far to work through Hakaishin. Oh man, even more mix. It's so hard to hold on to all that.
A real Dragon Rush opened them up. Has the Cell Assist extension. You can see him use it. That's another character in the grave. Danny, man. Holy smokes. Can he be stopped?
One more character to go. It is Gogeta 4. Not the strongest on his own, but definitely has tools to succeed. Double air dash, command grab, strong auto combo.
And Hakaishin holding neutral at the start. I was looking to play some mind games, perhaps try to do something to get back into this, but not going to happen right now. At least Danny setting him up again.
Yeah, it's quite hard. Hakaishin's trying to hold on to all this pressure and great defense. Like, he's still showing us such a high level of play. It's just Danny fighting back. It's so hard, but gets the pickup here. Huge. Yeah.
Trying to take his turn a little bit early. Got caught flinching right there. Full level 3 for some nice damage. We're going to spark up. No! Long distance on that one.
There's still a chance. 5 Dragon Balls on deck. You get 2 more, you could potentially summon Shinnok. He's got more than enough health. You got to pay attention to that, especially with the DP that you can just throw out. I know it is a risk defensively, but Danny has to be aware of that as well. If you got that re-jump, I was going to scream.
Oh, the reflect is there. Danny was lying in wait, expecting something to come out. A level 3, a DP, a reflect. Any of those things was getting stuffed, and Danny one match away from taking first place.
Yeah, 1 match away. It has been quite a difficult series for Hakaishin. Danny has not slowed down since he got sent to the loser side of the bracket, and showing why he's had such strong performances in previous fight nights and the 3rd place finish at Thunderstruck earlier this year, a power event. So one of the strongest players that Mexico has to offer. And I mean, it is no small feat to fight against him in bracket. So I understand Hakaishin, but it is still possible.
Oh, and Danny, man, just been such great versatile style of gameplay, making his assists count for so much. You can see Hakaishin, that's really where I think something's been left to be desired a little bit. He's kind of using his assists first a lot of the time. Danny's been able to avoid them expertly, and then once one assist is off the table, he has 2 to combat the next neutral sequence, and it's just been so successful.
Yeah. The high-level assist control that it comes down to. And I need to see more mix potential from Hakaishin in this corner position. And finally going for it the first time, not going for the full beam to just lock down and pressure. And it works out at the end after the scramble sequence.
Indeed, that Gogeta assist coming through. Definitely was a big break that time. Oh, just goes with 1 overhead. Definitely could have got a second one in there, but instead goes low, and Danny not expecting it.
Yeah, first lead that Hakaishin has been able to establish in this entire set. You have to be feeling good about that, but the fastest startup beam in the game's got other ideas.
Just points at him. Quick little snitch to get him out of the air.
It's him, officer. When the laser, the heat-seeking laser comes out.
All right, that is a hell of a way to snitch on somebody, bro. Just a laser putting them down. But
Terminator. Here, she's just the Terminator.
Pretty much, bro.
Oh no!
Guard cancel vanish gonna result in a dead character.
Yikes!
And that was rough, man. I really like the way. Oh no! That's huge, honestly, because I really like the way Hakaishin was operating with the Zamasu and 2 assists. I felt like he adjusted well, but okay, does get a big damage star to start this up at 2M.
Yeah, nice corner carry too with the knockdown, and just the raw 6M forces the spark out, but gets caught by the key blast. This is so much damage. Depending on how you optimize this combo from Danny, just goes for the simple route. Understood.
Yeah, he's gonna take a level 3. He was like, you know, even if I go optimal, it's probably gonna result in 1 more combo killing anyway. So why not keep it simple? Make sure I get the opportunity to do so, and the Dragon Rush is not teched.
Man, oh man, 1 more character to get the job done. Hakaishin on the Gogeta 4. It's gonna be so hard. Double reflect does come through, but now we're in neutral, and this is not pretty. But look at the CS cooldown. It is a 1-on-1 for a large majority of the time because of this.
Exactly. You can survive just 1 assist call, and you're on even ground for quite a while. And Hakaishin, despite being punished for these long distance super dashes, still going to it in the end and catches it big.
Yep, and not opting to do anything on that follow-up afterwards. Raw tag comes out, but the Vanish connects and trying to escape right now. Oh my god, full screen EX punches in the 2M. You were trying to jump, and Hakaishin is going to be in 1 guess territory. No, going for Ghost. Interesting. Oh, no.
Doesn't pick it up. My goodness, Danny is smelling blood in the water, though. Now it's starting to relax a little bit. They came in so aggressive with Go Tanks and still whiffing and not coming up with anything. Oh, my goodness, the punches.
It's a Rocket Punchy right there.
Speed bagging this man.
That's true.
There's ball. Okay, this is how I expected Danny to play in this last scenario. Oh, but instead turns it on again. The offense is there where he needs it the most, and this is looking like a wrap, Jake Ryan.
That is going to be it. Super Donut. It is done. And that is your Grand Finals reset champion of the Sony Fight Nights, Danny, hailing from Mexico, taking down Hakaishin in a 6-0 unrelenting fashion.
Damn, Danny. 3-0, 6-0 in grand finals after dropping that first set to legendary Jago, completely dismantling his opponent in the losers bracket to a run at the throne. Well done from him. I mean, as you talked about at the top, the favorite to win the tournament got a little bump in the road, but at the end of the day does wear the crown, as he is one to do for these PlayStation tournaments, fight nights, and just in general, one of the strongest out of Mexico.
Love to see that representation. Love to see Mexico show up strong in these PlayStation tournament fight nights, not only for Dragon Ball FighterZ, but for multiple games too. So to see it happen, having such a strong player base, that's great. That means that we're cultivating that talent, and it's great to see, because we got to make everybody here as strong as possible, because we're not going to lose to nobody. So love that from Danny, getting to that first place position, and absolutely loved everything about our Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament tonight. And if you loved it and you want a chance to potentially play with, I don't know, I'm going to enter one of these compete.playstation games. Ringe too. Yeah, his Gogeta 4 go crazy. You can go to compete.playstation.com, because these players, they're at your disposal. You could have a shot to be the next legendary Jago, pulling up in bracket and doing work on Danny. And I mean, hey, there's money on the line, there's pride, and it feels so good to be a part of a community where everybody's trying to get better, and you can have your own team that is an expression of yourself. So get in there, sign up, get involved. Compete.playstation.com. Everything upcoming is below us, as Ringe pointed out before. And from Street Fighter to Dragon Ball to MK, it is a good time to play.
Most definitely, man. If you think you got some skills, I really highly encourage you to try it out, because you never know how far you can go in a tournament setting until you give yourself that shot. A lot of people surprise themselves when they've been grinding day in and day out and they really know the game, but they've never really delved into that tournament environment. You'd be surprised about the results that these people come up with. We've seen the likes of like Bean and Umi show first year competitive fighting games, and they're winning massive tournaments. You know what I mean? So if you really are passionate about these fighting games that have been putting in the work, I highly encourage you to give yourself a shot and enter these fight nights. As we mentioned before, compete.playstation.com. Street Fighter 5 coming up in a couple of days. I think after that is going to be Fortnite, and then after that is going to be Tekken. So plenty of stuff on the horizon to give yourselves a shot at, and just in general to fall in love with fighting games like we have.
Yes. A labor of love, pain, and skill at display here. And there was victories and there was defeat, and it was one hell of a night for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And with that, I want to once again congratulate all our players in the top 8. Congratulate Danny for a resounding 6-0 victory to close out the tournament. And congratulate all of you, because we made it. We made it through the night, and we have seen who saved planet Earth from the forces of evil. And it was Danny. And we're going to see you next time on Dragon Ball FighterZ.
PlayStation